Asiade, arete kutuano, atupanga ya yetono ato, mise bali berano, kuru kara kuru. Oh ay 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 oh ay 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 ay
no ya owia no hoboko abie puno no sa no ya odi kwatututu Neat FM
Neat 100.9 FM suni na ene Monday September 1 2025 and the time just about gone 20 minutes past 1 na ene jo ebobo so me ne yesimi ne da etoso ene da di kan kora ni afi empino aduno enum nti ya hyase kyerese opepono ana yede be wie ojefo na jase benim fusu ede ba kutonima ede ba ayonmobo ede be wie kutawonsa na yede eba sana ne ebobosome na yewuremu no nti yede rade ase wode eko Mawena kwa Joseph, I was does the DJ understand Eve at all? It's afternoon. Anna Obake ADAKABRI. Good to hear your voice, Richard Donko. Anna Ode Ebai. Inti yanso yentu yasa line bi and then no yede aye angnafo de ni ginamwa na ukwa de nknafo de aginam na aye fiada yede asante for de so aginamu. Say kutu say bam. Na fe yenhwe se backlash bi ho no mo a na ye ho ano Gusineti Neat 100.9 FM na me man tijumadi ne de bremo no me amedi ho chia me from ADAKABRI Mamudu Oshioma na panyin kojo da me ado na di mesi abontene na abontene de mesi no one na contents of this show ne dia me offer se Jerry o say agiman na ebo ni chidom owo mie obahi makwifri ye enso ne sebese mranti kwa ne mienu DJ Majestic papa ne MC Majestic event for pa na feso technical production no abna frema bankro ono na wo hwe ama various social media handles no yetimi interacting na ya safo baby obi na nyamenka ho ota na chire na feso so yemfa dam fama engineering team no achu agbo worker otiako na najare na abuaje na ada sankonomma da nyina sarimra ne se sempro na fe facilities team no so no big solo na dada na Godfred do no afre ne Ubrana na fe so Mapuna na DJ Bosco na Milson so sarimra ne se tete na yehunu se uba ke ana moyi ana se de hene moyi so no krobofo na ka moyi na sisi asoso no na dangbe fo so aka de ben moyi ana na nkrafo so aka se uba ke ana asem de ye kofa bi de abo ne nyina ne se ye behwe na yehunu yehu ano na dia na omanma epe na de omanma epe no na otimi de ama omo insufficient quantities intisi ati hei beka ne se dia pa na omanma epe wo se yetimi de more insufficient quantities achinyijie bebrebe lamentations and as if solutions atututuo China AC aircraft atwetan nsem bia yetimi twene tan ene sen na aircraft na enei Dr. Tenkran ade wa edin kakro oho ene se Mami Sara ono soso oho nyina no boko na obia enka asem de nka bomu ba omamu enye de ehunhuna anase de awerho eba oman maso intino say Dr. Tenkran yo say Mami Sara nyina mo kasa mu no take out emotions na yenka asem hia na afi nso so no oman man so da bia yeso yenhunu say ene na yeka se yenya wo bia na mfom so no waye a yensusu na yeka bibi de twere kasa bia yetimi de twere kora gu ka ho se susuka na yensusu nka no yensusu enka na yede na yankasa abra susuka ede ni yensusu nka abra na menka kakra nkyere we se susuka so na yehunu yehu ano se de besi afa yabeka enti ni nyina ne se susuka so masem mesisen mesi susuka masem susuka se asemba yensusunka asemba yensusunka na nui ene se abrantie se ye friend no Ralph the fellow Ghanaian na Ralph the fellow Ghanaian na wako Rich Hospital na okọ Rich Hospital no the see one say we breach protocols ewo ho say health professionals omadwuma na bibi entene de processor bi omo fam de omadwuma no entene de enunti de okoye nyina no ekoko ba say wa disrupt omo wa obstruct omo into key words are ebe mu no assault and battery. A key words ebe mu assault and battery no only when a rabbi court and the lawyer no use that technical word that wa batter a rano. But then yen jina bontin nyina ne de assault and yeka ne mu achinyejie no no na kasa bi ba ya who's a general secretary of the Ghana Registered Nurses, Dr. Tim Crying, Bemani Monyamfo, who can say, a diena a wohon more emotions, it take the better part of him. And when the processing in some walking in an that was a wire emotional. That is not to suggest to say, the baby and need to say a car, then says oka. Name woman and come I was saying, yetimi hunu say, oka, now what take emotions out of it because in the professional environment, and now woka sano. Ye can crano. Approach for cry ye juma. Ne bia make us approach ni obia ye bibi. Now o two and among say 1, 2, 3. Tebia say any panokra wo ko so no more restraining no. And answer ko effect arrest be. Now wo distract process ni no kra keke. O obstruct no kra keke kra no a offense to obstruct a police officer in the lawful discharge of his duties. And do better said DNT and na yesi process ni kra no ko yes o dis adwuma wo ye na adwuma no na o obstruct no a kase an offense. So you can imagine say nurse ni doctor ni health professional or she will be no. Now, in the course of all year Najuman, what distracting one, and also do we know in all fairness, and such what distracting because we are talking about a nipa man in an emergency situation. Nipa susu ebewa minutes, nipa no na wahu. Say utuanumi, baby ewo uyafunu hase kurana, obi di adie chuku onum, na wo sha se utu moja. Less than 10 minutes. Much and you know what? Ubefrim. A young who ye, and until accident victims, ya na a who here say, ye bet me as stabilize or more at transport or more as quickly as practicable. One night, Quran, one nine is one hour day about slim one. A year in Tinibin nam Honomoa, say Obi Ponchasa and Tininoa. Now shall see so to Moja, say Yantimi and Sian on tema less than 10 minutes. Ubefri asasi so diako. Enti time is of great essence. Say ye betimi ashe etimi esia. Enunti whatever Ralph na the consensus etia no. Ralph did not have the right to obey disrupt to the emergency scenario no na ekoso ewo rich hospital honum samiti hey I've had the opportunity of say make a rich hospital asem ko wie say duro baby kwa na ope certain logistics and sundries kra na wonya bi wo honum je say okwa abontene ena wakoto de aba if say yen stocky ewo ho ena wonsa aka enti de hia no say oh we ma adwuma oba mia make say no ma battery mi bonkum so asay akwada bi jeje me atutu bi ma na nipa yam hyehye wo mo ene sa akwa mi kwa pa na ni so say eja de wo ye ena mpabo na hyem na ase etro ena akokora eja me tehwi pavement so rich hospital na me call ye because rich hospital ma beti na ebonkum no so no ahwan esoso no na omo esue machine ena otwaye ena o ka kire me say oh bibia ni one lacerations bi na aba na ma beti ni hwan ma beti nye bibia sa ta chese ya me yakra me timi nya hwe nanso so kola kura me to ya me di sling me to ye kura no me koto free nurse ni ho enya rich hospital and the ton de ma me adura mu bebe di aguso no enya rich hospital pharmacy ne ton ma me to no abontene to no enti we mu nyina no na ye ade a emu ya wo hwe de si ye Tamale teaching hospital I ko ba say logistics and sundries no na ebi ni ho na ye hold the chief executive no responsible say adenti ana bibi say any hono no na eso manma na ye ntia ho ase the same health minister hu asem and sana sa rich hospital no ma ye remfida so be kaya there was a doctor there near friend Dr. Anaba Thomas Anaba if I've gotten it right sa rich hospital hono emunsam edosu enti ma kan say dia kwakosie no under no circumstance and na was say general secretary no oba bontene eka and someone okaye no and nice what hono mu a ebenza kama nkaso anka be yeden hwe say as a general secretary na no e call form no and say regional PRA so ma Sara ono so baye hwe nsam a obekaye na in one breath ogina ho na oba sewa braketua me here ene ne kasa na under pressure obeka say you cannot ambush me here when na ambush you that was the legitimate questioner ababa we e de catch say when ambush you now ka say me wo video na so video no ya amframe amfama anko we mu nti no me pon a me de be ma producer sa video no wen na busa ho say ye pe omanma ama ye gina ye chi say ye dibem ana ye pe eye systems no ama systems no apodu say ye dibem ana enti de ebe keka kire omanma ama omanma free say we ye dibem ana ye di we na di fo no eye den obi so ti wono mu a na kwaye say enti kwabena minta kando enti obi so kire me say obi a for a period of 8 years or was select committee on health wasn't just when you're medical doctor and that's when you're health personnel what goes on in that sector. You need a manager who understands the policies in that sector and then lead in a strategic manner set that sector no ebetimia apodo enti yenyim frimu say nipa ni bitimi vetting no I can't say na me was a secondary school na me University of Cape Coast na me a dining hall prefect na a sticky on top of the minds of the general public and Danny who preferred the other Danny who preferred the other but Sabrantiano said you dimina esitiano or da fomboko na just say seven previous a winning more and I didn't know maybe trying to said the general secretary day a year quiaye a charm puano quiayanos what the charm puano you know in terms of purposes no a year deliberate is what the charm puako yes say any public can say or don't Nese odom mu a just enka wokọ na wudru eye achima safo na fra achima safo wudru eye sahwi asafo na free sahwi asafo ede ekọ asawenso na ubehunu warehouse kese si wonu masa brantie we adom aye warehouse ni mu ma nti wudru sahwi eye udu safi say asafo say asawinso ekwa akodu dwaboso ukohwe mu abrante na do a it is every single minister every single MP senka odo a asiedi nkatia kokohwe ado asiedi nkatia do Senka every single MP obi de say wahene ba also free you akoto former Greek minister ukoko hwe ado a wado coffee any cocoa senka obi e dobia senka obia e dobia ye nyina no keka bomu a enu nti mienhwe Dr. Puni eba kokobot oye nhihye bi say enka akrachefo enkonkodo na akrachefo enkonkodo cocoa no tamiti hey me doya timinya 165 acres of cocoa as a current employee adwuma me yefa transport side no e ma me nya adaje mpo enamako afuom ho ene che say ya alaji dada ne kan oskwabna omudi a ombeja obuntu de nya hwe why ampa so ye didi was friends ahafo insurance ya 20 bucks usi kanie di omudi ya miminim Jimmy minipa friends saying obri komfo anoche ewo nananom FM ye den odi bibra me ko buadi krom ewo buakon nanu kra buakon hene frɛ no ADAKABRI mechi ana ho te sen wa mudi bibra me na bo nse na bibia beduru me ko na buamadumase asante wa mudi bibra me eastern region ha mintimi nka ba bi kuro yie for certain regions but a ben koko uduru honum na ubusa e be ka cho ADAKABRI na fuonie enti yen encourage ya ho na obia no president ya otisue ne papa na odo na oduamo enti nyanwanwa se ene ninua Ibrahim odomo enti ensese eye health professional ubegina wa atwampoa se wotwini se kwiani adwene hey na onuma just say uko National Farmers Union in the United Kingdom omo ne control oman no farmers and the control oman no uko farmers US Texas what money ade omo ne control America and ye ha say no and na yenya stereotype be free say obi ye kwiani a na onye obia yenya ne boko na yenkan asem Ralph ya ye kan Ralph we just say nyese eneyo 3-4 years ago and I encounters abranti yo hono na kikiri eitrofo ya to agudu so abu na kunu ani adan ya wa bewura VIP an na nsem huna mudi no VIP na nsem kikiri it me and am kokko giraffe satam Ralph ka kire me say oye adwuma makosi prat ewo insight and na me je no tu no fu ka kire se menya ni fu okra yirai na me ja no kwan de ne tena boss sanya sa de ne biem sa wukọ na akọtụhye nipa bi so wo madwumam na wo hyase ye utranya yi a adi ayewo edi ho na efiro da bia Ralph behum bia na achia me kama da bia obehum bia na achia me kama it nobody is saying say Ralph no adi oye Rich Hospital no waye ne yi na emum wo hwe wo ho yi health professionals sa kasa efiri tenkran no ba ye say mo ba ye ho no mo a unzo o kan de wo hwe brofo no pa de a mo ba ye be kyam say professionals there are two meanings to it. Adas ye betchira mo se modie nsem hunu no amotiti radio so a mo kafa nurse fo ho no sa nsem hunu no ebia mo ba ye de ye nya mo sa ye betchira mo se professionals say obetimi editach no ho from nsem hunu na wo ye na nke betimi evoke emotions from them no they would not demonstrate yes emotions no but rather they will be professional and be diligent to adwuma wo mo but in other ways so no u process it na wo hwe ni dimi na no so a just a radio presenter seven producer se nsem hunu no mtiti radio so na mama ke bi no mo a enka ye nye no enka nye ye friend say mo be ko ba bi fufura kwa kama asem enye radio fo yi ani TV fo yi na mo na mo wo so edmo asem otu wo manim na kan ya say pe na me na me ebo Hughes hwe yi pa Beresford Hughes yi pa mi akura de me keka ye ta ma me Rose friend saying otin ekokoda honom na Mr. Rose koda na no ma bi e course so a me a transfer man Rose edini free rich edini call UGMC any abaso body a free UGMC call wo so no rich can improve on their systemic output na ye free bibi munim mortality audit ye me nya nurse me health professional na mortality audit mo na mote ase nokure we nu a monka enkyere public no ene nsam ya ada adie no se ewuo bi koso in your facility. Na sa mortality audit na mo ye no. E dia na kire say ye mortality audit na mo beka no kore pa de ye obi wu ye. E dia na kire say mo beka no kore pa de ye obi wu ye. E bi say obi wu hospital bia no mo ye mortality audit. Am ye hwe de ye obi wu ye. Na mo nyina mo katwom a mo nka de ye obi wu ye. Da bia me remfi sasem we say da abrante no UK. And will be to us the man or so to us no Shy Hills. And my sit there soon, and know what he say, I did what he say, it in Nipan wo UK no, and was there be after their women to see me beam. And may ba, and I mean class as so. I was Shy Hills one and one else was sit down one in the course Shy Hills one mono, and no coy, and I was two born king. Tell regional police and they handles our case no. Yet this our brand here no, a year, Tema General Hospital. And you can't say, why ye arm robber ne to a cannon, and ye dinaba. And it nurse beer yinani. One of the most professional nurses. If you drive, baby, will be in your group of currency. If you dress swing, hey, if you're not a bassam. I said that you will be a bassam, almost why ye arm robber. Now, she singlet a shan, a box as a shan white, which will be a with dinner honey. Yet ye watch nyama nurse bia peso akọ no ho se wo ye arm robber until ebusuafo police investigations bear mo omuhunu say asem say and it see ya ye de na ba hospital honum as first report ko ba say wo ye arm robber nurse bia mfie no ena de honam pe job no a wo so be fi no ewra nyame fa ne crazy fi dura bia wo bia eno kase wo nyame nhira wate ana if you dra esun was ade no ho say ni nuanom nurse fu nyina agye di say why am robber yemfi no obi anso ne mu and abrante no e di free mu until say wa free mu awie no and ye be hunu say no onye am robber say na nipa bonefo bi na adi na wuo mortality audit no mujitu mu say ba obi yemfi no wo ye omo nka no kreda enti sa ade no na nipa bi wa adwene bi say ekoso no sa ade na nipa bi wa adwene bi say ekoso no. The output of Tonkran, the output of Sarah Dankwa, ebemu obi ageza say we abontin mponi a ye hunu videos mpona ye kan say na nke ye hunu videos bi ne ye kan say wo mo anya incident reporter ke die na nkomo beka me de mesre ye nko no boko personally mo susu nsese mudidi Sarah Dankwa atem na say wo hwe Sarah Dankwa over the years. Adwuma bia wode ayama o my Ghana as a professional nurse no a ka be hunu se waye bi nti se wo fa ne nipa ban so wote ho etete na de ya no kan de o kan no ne nwanwa pa anything de o kan no ehete hwan nti nsese ne person ye didi ne person no aye atem ko tenkran nsese ne person no ye didi na atem but me nyi ni se tenkran nya opportunity a obesan ayeden aka ne se de osika no no menyi ni se Sarah nya opportunity a obeka ne se de osika no efri se onye trained in the art of communicating in clear, simple, concise language asemu a esie enu nti emotions ni be mu no na akoye bibibia ewo ho ade nti na perpetual one can be perpetual ade no one can be into sa way Sarah anything crying any abrante back omo ni the only group in the nursing profession. Nurses no womo eka ho bi even crowd ko be bia ye a friend saying surgical procedure nti ye ken no o say yetimi ehwe ehunu say internal mortality audit no obi asend message say mintimu biem asema me kan say obi wu hospital hono a at a point omo ye bibia omo frɛ no mortality audit. The year nipa bi wu ye e was certain units e was hospital honum. And I'm suggesting and I putting it out there say e kwani atenkran fa so e de kasaye ene ba bi o man manate ase akosie e kwan bia Sarah Dankwa fa so de kasaye ene ba bia public na te ase akosie no a clear but unambiguous uhunu de obeso kire but the ate ase an say ese ye ka bibi e de sway public's mind no ekobasi ye yes mortality audit na emma omanma benya atenka bi se omo nka no kore de esiye eno na me ye mfato mu bi se obi ti London or the sika mo bi saa de so kwaso da bia krofo gigi krofo sika saa gigi krofo sika saa me yesi ama Ghana me yesi ama Ghana ubehunu no na de no anko se de osipe na opekwan bi so me am to no me bla ba ako senior broni wo kuma se me chiawo ni nua panyini saa mu fra America de baaye ono ani nua no diska ma no kokosi dan na wansi dan no na ni wo mu ntie no ni nua ni free America e ba no on bebeduru ye no ya na kofa bibi de kana no to no and okun ni nua no so that akire na yesie ni nua ya wie ache na fe wonu no ho no wo pachewo ahun say the city enti enkrofo yes enkrofo bone da bia enti in this instance ya say ma make no abrante no force ya so obeso hu bia na ase wo obeso hu bia ne dan wo no e na oba ya tema akwese o Shy Hills me enko to ne koye no e na okoto no tuo oto no tuo no ene ye fa ye friend say abrante no e de ne ba hospital ye de ne ba hospital no ene ye to dini first report ne say accident emergency wo tema general say na me kan yo ene ye so wo ye arm robber enti obia mfi no nurse bia mfi no Anna ewrabi mi bodin ba se fiedra no na wo ye nurse kese whatever general hospital ho nyame mfa ne clearance ye wafiri mu ne ma me ne no kese wa na me kan no osusu me chia wo so ho no anna ono nimme anna odi sun adan ya no ma bi trouble no say ye dia branch bi ba ho na yeso ye friends say arm robber nti nurse bia mpeso okono ho na ohwa branch and singlet na hye no no she boxers na hye no na woni so ya rubber said they say wasi asiesie na se a wo de koye no na wo yes wo no kwa akoboa kwa na ne restrain no if you na so akromfo we no ma o mo bibia say na me so me wa Adom FM at the time and na report ne ba ya charge obi with murder afi asem ni pie ye no afi na nurse fo be hunu say no nyam rubber say na nipa na adi ne bone ya anye den ya nhwe no enu nti na make say said the tinkrasi kasa yen said the Sarah esi kasa yen say akobasi ye mortality audit pa ususu tan kombeka no kre amanka negligence bia obi ehunu say wo mu nipa na negligent but medical negligence ekoso de bia but that is not to suggest say nurse fo hinhia in fact say wo ko operating theater enipa 9 enegina operating theater ho uko operating theater enibresem ye nipa nkwa ye complex procedures ni ade nipa 9 ne gina operating theater ho nipa 9 ne gina ho no medical doctor no specialist no a wo gina ho no a wo gina ntentene anesthetist na ono wo man bibi e dia kana no ama friends watimi ada ne yatimi aye procedure no na theater nurse that time your friend nurse your friend theater nurse and a theater nurse ni gina ho na orderly ba ku gina ho friend orderly and no ma ye be yi e dia free operation mu nyina no a ye ko to ye disposing of no orderly na dwuma na anim sa theater nurse no doctor we your doctor say we your specialist say theater nurse no wo mu environment no ono na ye the landlord of the theater nurse no me say theater nurse me say friend say ono the landlord of the theater kusi say doctor ne beka say me pe implement we no ayaba doctor ne ka say me pe we no ayaba that because ono theater nurse no enenim babia bibia gu na nurse na ka kire doctor na ka kire say me pe we no ayaba me pe we na emum no anesthesis no de ono otimi ma bibi kura e de kan anu a wada ye procedure no na ne kondo no doc no na wakọ abontene na wakọ na wonse okodi no doc no na o mai ba orderly no susu gina ho na bibia ye be ye free mu no orderly no asede to oba kura na sabe ye ni CS no kura na orderly no na akirade no obehwe am ye disposing of enti say nipa we na gina theater ho ne ye ka say nurse no na landlord of the theater no it tells you the importance of the nurse. And when tis a way ye penny at the nurse of Okuano, now one can a dear ni munyam a professional, and chirimu a juma profession mujina wa mo ye, not more share, so was a war share, so will be a say, and he would dimrika, who can send be as and yada papa. She soon see quite said nurse for no, who bet me a consultant. Now, or Macasamamu, because Obi a PRO, no sour nursing professional, make us say, Pinsi kwa sa mo betimi amana kwa gain academic and professional experience at Ghana Institution of journalism na onhunu se obesi aka na asem no na in this instance asem osi ye no there was a breach of the systems emergency hospital hodmo rich abrantie no for whatever the emotions no wanya de rough anya de whatever na owo pepa bi say ena mahunu say ye da na sekura say na obi tu moja na nkanya ras na gina nurse for so a enke ahwe no waya de papa but you do not obstruct professionals in the discharge of their duty in an emergency. Mama instance bi me dofo bi na watwe twa mu ya na ofiri mu ana na watwe mienu mu ne yakoi na ofiri mu ewo West Cross Hospital ewo London, East London West Cross Hospital na odo de no okọ routine appointment and one ne ba na ekọ na o ma form taxi no mo de ekọ but by the time Odru Hospital hono no main entrance to the West Cross Hospital no and na or suffer from obika shock enti ne ba no esi ye no in a historic moment no and what tiatem nipa security for agirejina hospital na obi amfie no nipa agirejina ho no obi amfie no oh be so me mu keke ne anyimi ma me say please help obi amfie no taxi driver to say debi me so me nsom it took some minutes some more minutes within which there was an ambulance everywhere in the UK. It used to be 14 minutes but I don't know what it is today. Baby, I will be an afraid ambulance. Within 14 minutes, the charter says I was ambulance to me by the baby power. Ghana, I mean, whether we have a charter, how soon an ambulance should pick you up. And the Omujina on an near Breno, Obiam dear Ohunian say, ambulance ababe jina, a year taxi nechi. And a year emergency medical technicians, a buyer, a bit take you over, a year ni mammy, a didn't free car no more, or didn't yet, or didn't acquire. So yes, you have say yanka dear besi and go back and say identity and in an emergency or the mamiaba ne omujina na hono obi amfi if we say a chira 70 and was here share no maybe and when you go to that environment now do not use your naked eye no to look at a situation say me gina me hunsi amfi we you do not know what exactly is going on but you will only do that say almost no in an audit no omon kan okre said this is ababo ntia say nipa bi free say omon kan okre no e de na kire say ye nukuremu na na ye ma obi da honom enti ye nyina ye hwe ne ye na ye nyina ye ma ye ho hare ye na ahoto entimi emra ye so enti Ghana registered nurses mumma nurses for bi omo interested in communication no enko GIG enkonko sua de omo gain experience say the process for ye no process for sheda ma obi ko ekosua journalism and we communicate at the ama womo iti GRM for no mo mpe nurse for no bi omo ye interested no na omo enye den enko na omo nkonkosua na no so hunu aba kokoko bi a ye beka ase we free mu no osa oba kokko na ye so ye midwife no sign enti in fact ne papa no so ne papa no ye from Langdon Kofi Daddy na abusua panyin champon and ne papa no ne papa papa James ukokumawu a ankase abusua panyin sese no na ye ne papa pa James na free mu ne papa ne nua ne abusua panyin champon na wa free mu no etu ukọ kumawu sese na ankase abusua no wo mu de hye na nasafo twirbu akodua otia akonwa sese medical doctor no so hono na obehu se omase no na omo maame no pa no ye broni fita uko UK nako Isle of Wight udu a pool any bomb of what hona bro for pa fita no omo enti ho na no mfiri na omo de ba ya omo busuafo kumawu enu nti Kofi Daddy Uncle James abusuan panyin champo it was na hu social media say yes papa kokobi na broni a we busuan panyin kumawu no ne ba ne sa awura no enti here's a midwife and wasan akwa law enti can imagine say we midwife na osan lawyer what she brings to bear hwenanu Dr. Sam York na yes justice also say or doctor and osan lawyer entity monhwe na nurse bi opeso sua journalism no be communicate mamono muamu elect wo na every district bi na say every region bi no muntimi sponsor mienu bi no mo koje age no mo meboa mo na dan nyina no munni no kure na monye honest in your approach mano ayeden asi na yehunu ye ho ano
Afimia tenare gomela je sport. Oh mais la fille mia je ane comela no vingewe petodora che no anomelo ayo Emmanuel Adebayo petodora me maune perenunye mano petodora me.
Now we say na DJ no does he understand AV? I say it's afternoon no. At the good day afternoon and him. And this is Dumso ADAKABRI. Haven't you noticed that the accidental roads, accident shootings and air in the president Mohammed's second term is doing what? Is getting out of hands and Odebaye. And when you Kabra says so, Madi na ADAKABRI Frimpong Manso. I'm sure DJ President has not glossed over what Dr. Tinkran said about marking journalists. For a health professional to urge colleagues to kill journalists when they visit hospitals is a serious concern that shouldn't be taken lightly by the GJA. Yaya Kota, good afternoon. How is the Excellency John Alan Kojo Martin, President in waiting, doing? Alan is doing great. Alan is doing great. And Alan Ebeka said, "Yesheni suspended a year mining in forest." And they could feel Bua also this Humano. Francis was saying, "Was farmers control the Spanish economy? Farmers will continue to control, and it Mayor is watching us. Was a happy glorious birthday to Miss Flores who's Wajamine. And Ipan Sankuma, Miyama Diana Wadomahin crew was the best afternoon political talk show with experience at ADAKABRI Frimpong Manso. Ali Samoa also because of unemployment, everybody wants to go to government work sector. And what they ban. Was it Francis was saying, Kasa Tintina ADAKABRI, Wakasa Tintin Ewi. About Umuafa, because I say Mumu, excuse my French, no afa. Why? Saka Satintin one year, Diatna, what my way say mo. Yet why you see what my prayer say, and a zoom lion and Jobisika, and a zoom lion and say, and a zoom lion and say, now you're Dimudim Casatintrenoa, you castigate zoom lion, and they, Abranti and your friend is saying, Abrantiano, your friend, no, Basintele, or say, what to tum up to 300% at the Ebema sweet personal, the Ben Eba, you watching him. No say, just say you tria a service provider neka. Service provider ne hwanya was the a zoom line. And I'm say, hey, and then the Basintele nego zoom line di. Charles no, obi antimi kan hwio. If we say I said dear exonerate obi of a year no maybe a casatentene no or say I see a casano. Yede e kan. Afede we so antwa, afede 29 African countries and the gusua omo any zoom edi dwuman. Omo de sa and the Lagos state was 30 years and a zoom line my no. Another state in Nigeria as so asan gba better zoom ya no be adwuma akwa na fede na no last week ya e wa Alisa Hotel West African Waste Management Initiative na wo matimi aba ye program no e wo Alisa Hotel e dey na free mobile na yase ya elect Ghana as the leader of the West African Waste Management Ghana government waste management dey no ye yase a Zoom Lion initiative no Zoom Lion experience no Zoom Lion setup no and no na ama Ghana ya elected say wo obabe ye leader in the West African as you can na say ya kasa de wa na yemfa nka kasapa na me nya nipa ye say no.
J'ai fouillé, j'ai cherché, j'ai pas trouvé. Modi la nyanu kele jwa manse me olo. Mudi be manse me la. Kofi be ma watu uratonye ma.
In a minute, na yeko na yani Musa Dankwa, Executive Director, Global Info Analytics. Yani so akwa twenkomo echina ene yeko akoto aba ewo henepa, yeko akoto ewo akwatia. Enti yenkonko di nkomo kakra ewo ho.
Mudi la nya ne no view onade. Ohana jagbagba be ya wonuma. Hanyo ube na ya se to ugoro. Ube ne no view onade. Ohana jagbagba be ya wonuma. Hanyo ube na ya se to ugoro. Ube hanyo ube na ya se to ugoro no vie. Hanyo ube na ya se to ugoro. Ube hanyo ube na ifuta ugoro no vie. Hanyo ube na ifuta ugoro. Iwebe ne no view onade. Ohana jagbagba be ya wonuma. Hanyo ube na ya se to ugoro. Obe matina be mai
Entia Sonko and Amedema Minua Nana Eye Kuku Spencer Wahine Badaroma Mechia we ya Edikusineti na Eye Musa Dankwa na ebe Wadi Abutilemu and a senior ED Oba Church ya no mamu
Tuela besagona dodoge no bi tuela besagona dodoge obele nambe mawa mesi dombe lolo sale sike kelile sagona dodoge si o mate mawa na bele o tuela besagona dodoge no bi tuela besagona dodoge tuela besagona mi body is a miracle. Ay, ay, ay. Viviti monele di kunalie. Mauya malolo.
Musa Dankwa of the Global Info Analytics was saying was sample nipa 2050 enti obeka de ebesie ewa kwatia de akire yen and Musa Dankwa anu ababa ye de benia wa baba ye de obeka ne say yastic aye di susu noma enti no idi ye ne be di nkomo sesi ya
no yomia evena ho no senare kwa obina jiro pasko sebe evona miro kakala banya de la le rutina miro beno no yomia evena ho
Ninyina 21 electoral areas the ekoso nyina yebedi ho nkomo sesi ya
kakala banya de la le rutina miro eleolo
and to me the idea 70 years on also tiasia na what send me message I catch him in tiasia with why but in a minute na yani any nyazo ti yesu na ebe adan na udwa me hu sei ada be so hu za metinyum na se na metinyum na se metinyum ni nyina se yani idi bedi nkomo
no viva ne ma plena no so yesu
Edidia na ene influence nkrofo amamoto aba ene tuna wo busa se factors be na influence wo amato aba wa kwatia no ni nyina no Musa Dankwa beto no boase owo bro ebe kirekire ni nyina mu tawa so papa papa
kukola fo dona waya nene mahore metwana kweo yesu laba
eye enipa mienu a wo mudi ahim MPP candidate, NDC candidate, Omunyina Musa Dankwa, Ebeto no Boase Acheche no Manyina de Amayem.
Egale wakese, egale wake, ila Yesu gale wakero, egale wake, achura gale wakese, egale wake, ale kukora fo, tono wahaya, nene maole, petona kwere.
Ye Womunyina so begu so Acheche say Christianity, how does it affect Akotiaba election tomorrow? Islam, converse never affect traditional, how does it affect other religious ones? Ewiakete eni ani Musa Dankwa bedi nkomo.
Kuno ya owia no hoboko ebie puno no sa no ya odi kwa tutu ni TFM
Idi me mwa ha
Mijosu ofa
na ho te sen
adumara kwa odi akeye
de nyamiase ebile bi wo wa na ya ye Musa Dankwa reference na ya de justify your position Ebrebi wo ho no ma na reject ya dismiss Musa Dankwa global info analytics na dey justify your position. E dey na ba ebrebi yempe. Ebeto da. How do you respond to that?
So offer a normal in our politics. Kuya umbisu hini. And kuya umbisu kunya April nice. Intino a normal machasi.
Enti yanu bedi nkomo na afi no yahwe nipa ewa akwatua edie be pa na oye se omoye usi enipa 2050 persons na wapolu omo age omo responses to specific questionnaire. Tell us dien and omo ka kire yen
you share the demography no yen hwe eno first because ebe my on some issues down the line. Akwetia for I am nkita ho emu 47 AM member 83% AM but nkwala omu womu no 18 to 24 6% and 24 to 34 34% and 35 to 44 39% and omu 45 to 54 14%. 65 to 64 4%. 2% 65 plus. In Russia, 80% of Akosia form only below age of 45. So from 44 downwards. Omokatan Sepuswa, school Semon, 29% equal junior high level, and I science 7 level. And 28 only senior high school graduate. 28 university graduates and above, and 15% the only formal qualification. In Russia, 56% of Akosia for only senior high and graduate level. And in terms of religion, 54 3 to 4, 12 Muslim, 18 traditional religion, other religion 1%, non-religion 15%. I think Akosia was a very high proportion of people who say they are not religious or traditional religion, only quite very high. So what we here?
Yeah, 18%, no?
Yes, no religion, 15%. Now, traditional religion, yeah, you know, any 18%. Over ethnic groups account for 76%. Ever for 8%. Guam 7%. Gan Adangbe 3%. Morley Dagbani 2%. Now, almost anybody in Kita Hono, good one MPC4, 46% MPC4, and 41 NDC, but 7 floating voters, 2 other political parties, and 4% Oman party or Modom. So these are the demographics of Akosia, and it's very important to say. In terms of Myanmar, that drive to vote come tomorrow. 42% of the respondents.
And no man or mube jina so at the atua basi susua.
Yes. 42% almost say developmental projects. 15% say economy. Na umbe jina so atua ba. 13% education, 10% job, 8% galamsey, 4% for my party, another 4% sympathy vote, and 2% popularity of the candidate.
To say tiemu yeah. 42% na hopping 42% say mpuntuo no omo hwehwe bearing in mind say na Ghana Consolidated Diamonds na akwatia na ewo wo mfidie nyina si wonom na ahwe akwatia St Patrick's St Dominic Hospital kama which St Rose's just akwatia na vibrant town na ekute dise omo hwehwe de 42% omo hwe empuntu dwuma e wa akwatia ho egusu tie wo
kana mukan kino wo hwe a Don't want to say influence Juma and by influence you. Now, interestingly, you share educational background of almost say influence Juma and I say sympathy. You share their course work.
Eti.
Almost say development project. 44% equal junior high qualification. 23% equal high qualification. 24% almost qualification 9%. So we are consumer. Over almost economy 21% almost junior high school. 38% senior high qualification. 25% tertiary. 15% no education. The economy no how almost senior high and tertiary. Exchange almost junior high and no education. Uba Galamsea, almost say Galamsea priority no. 16% equal junior high. 20% any formal education. It's between no education and junior high no.
36%.
So 64% almost senior high and tertiary. Almost say Galamsey at our commercial. It means that Galamsey could be a double-edged sword. Almost the effect and environmental impact no may be against it. Almost a pound of money they may be for it. Not sympathy, sympathy. Sympathy vote no. Almost DSS 29%. Sympathy would influence them. That is 29% of the 4%. And 28% only educational qualification. If you come in the boom, about 57% of them are only sympathy. Only lower level qualification. Only higher level qualification. Sympathy is not a big issue for them.
Yeah.
What kind of jobs are 14% junior high for say jobs at the Makumaso. 27% only qualification. You can be more, you bring 41%.
Yeah.
But you don't know 59% almost senior high and secondary jobs. And I would say, I could hear even though a mining town, the miners are not typically from Apotia per se. Influx. So even though on the face of it, only a miners, but if you dig deeper, only people with senior high and tertiary level voters. So these are the things that may affect the risk going forward. Now, in terms of why the LED, overall, accounting for everybody, what we call the likely voters model.
The likely voters model.
Yes, almost one by 2 bar. If you move almost say on Betuma Smith, we soon say on Betuma Bedu, and I will say almost undecided. But I say almost Bedu, almost 47%. Almost Solomon, almost 42%. Usu Patrick, LP 0%, and 11% undecided. Now, what we call the committed voters modular, and which I said, almost pledge or my back on the former committed. And I am more likely to be what will happen and better. It would be a no yet you are analysis no. Bernard Bedia could be 53%. Solomon, Kwame Asumadu, 47%. Owusu Patrick, 0%. But almost undecided no. Almost breaking away, not almost heavily against MPPR and heavily against NDCR. There is no a bit closer. But interesting thing they say, almost undecided no, almost wine. Ukumwa, ube say kakrebi NA MPP4. 5% of that 11% no, MPP4. 0 NDC4. Almost say almost But 76% of the undecided no are floating voters. 76% of them. And other parties no, 40% of them say undecided. And not disclosed for no, 94% say undecided. So traditionally or historically, floating voters don't vote for MP.
That particular constituency now overall.
Generally, the national situation.
Floating voters enter to MPP.
Baby. Especially from the last election. I mean, in the last election, from 2024 coming.
They just say speaking to the data.
Yes. Because in the last election, no, about 70% of floating voters at John Mahama. Almost other parties, no, John Mahama we need 58%. And almost I won't disclose my party, no, I won't tell you my party. No. Mahama we need by almost 75%. So if that pattern of national voting of this people continue, we expect to say the floating voters, the other parties, and not disclose on the former NDC candidate come tomorrow. And that could make NDC numbers higher than what we have given them in the poll.
It is here the NMDA, whichever way, no, NDC, no, Bidia Con, Bedu, LED, Solomon Asumadu.
Yes. Over. Almost 2 men were there.
Watch this here.
Yo. Yes, Oko electoral areas are critical for MPP winning. At the moment, MPP 49%.
I just say, Osia when Chikura still no, they are trailing.
No, they are leading.
They are leading, but then trailing the 50% mark.
Yes. Now, Bodia West and Bodia East. Bodia West NDC4. NDC4 equal 70% of her and Uba Bodia East MP4 just 50%. Uko Kusia MPP backyard. NDC 52%. MPP 37%. 11% undecided. Now, the sad situation is that Omutuma and Neskumi in 2024 elections, they moved 24%. Say Omutuma Sumedu. But Obeto Ama Beidu.
There's a switching after the death of Kumi.
Yes. Almost say they are voting for Beidu. 24%. That number is too huge to give any party who loses this number a victory in any election. Obekaya, before the national election last year, I was saying say about 25% of Oma Hamutuma MPP or Accra, Oma Sweti. On the party line, 11% of MPP voters in Akutia, almost to Ama Beidu. Only 3% of NDC are voting for Esumedu. That is plus 8 advantage NDC among party affiliates. MPP are undecided, 5%. NDC are undecided, 0. Omotuma MPP candidate are MPP for 84%. But NDC, Omotuma NDC 96%. The numbers are very scary.
Now, is it a peculiar issue? Our Kotia constituency, and now say a say pervasive flowing from the 2024 election results. Nana,
I think this is a unique situation in Akotia, but it's been made worse by the performance of the government since the election. In the sense that we are picking signal to Esumedu and Eskumi in terms of financial support and call before the election. So Kumi got to say one we mouse and the Pacific Nunco. That is why the numbers in Winky are so terrible.
Yes, underlying cause
There is underlying cause, but nobody's talking about.
And which is tell us more about that underlying cause. No say a the friction at the etia asumedu.
You know, from what we've heard from the field, I mean, that's no more call field. They were told to say, and as Kumi supporters, no, almost say Asumedu, though he had the means, he didn't support Kumi financially. After Kumi won the race against Amasi. Amasi.
Hey, Asumedu, no Amasi.
No Amasi.
And Kumi winning over Amasi, no. Now, Umfrisa said, "What the party in the that notwithstanding whoever has won, no, have a support to party in the cause. But as you were loyal to Amasi cause to the extent say a partner decided say and it's community and the watching home actually.
Not necessarily physically watching home, but financially was the problem. The financial contribution didn't come, even though he was in the campaign. But what was key at the other point was financial, according to what we were told. I don't remember. And then besides, look, you are dealing with the constituency with majority who are well educated voters. They don't see Asumedu as the rightful replacement for a potential lawyer like NSQ.
Now, attendance also say, the lawyer.
Absolutely. So I think when they put them on the scale, they prefer Bedu to lead them in the parliament than Asumedu. And another thing I think MPP made, the mistake they may have made, they didn't understand the numbers very well. No more doing say Akwetia entirely mining town with miners, with little elite. So they call that wrong. Because say elite.
But Basaswana, I am one kakra we say former member of parliament for Akwetia, former Eastern Regional Chairman of the MPP, Akomi Kisi, Onokra no ne antecedents achemda, nanso so okoye adwuma ewo Akwetia na onsua ade saa nanso so no otimi ehodu Akwetia seat no over the period ono na chire no so no ama say so ebe hold seat no do na onsua ade saa anko achire except to say interim no so no Dr. Kofi Asare so ebaaye it obi bebusa say da benda na Akwetia elite no ebe hwehwe say yamma less educated person emma media so
offer every election is different. And the demography of the Akwetia then and now are different. And the circumstances of today is different. So every case must be assessed on its merit, case by case basis. And the Skumia Primo, Omedi Ubiba, and Omedi Wesuba. So they looked at the options available and also the timing. NDC is in power. They have a lawyer as their candidate. MPP is in opposition. They have a minor as their candidate. The minor will go to parliament and may not have any influence at all. But the lawyer may go to parliament and be able to champion the needs of the constituency and with much more head than the other guy. So rationally, the people are prioritizing that developmental issues. That is why you have 42% say developmental issues would influence them. Now, share almost mentioning developmental issues now. Majority of them are voting for baby.
It is a developmental issues, so no. The party in government And I beat me.
And that is what is working against MPP, regardless of the other issues.
Now, what should I say? The Eastern Regional Representative of the Council of State, Evelyn Crying, one also sono, Ufri, Central 9, and so sono, on any crown large, Atna Aquatia, all this while. I'm a women organizer, Aqua Eastern Regional Women Organizer of the NDC, and or the framework Evelyn, Abba Bayer Council of State, a year rep for the Eastern region. Is it possible, and have you heard on the ground, to be a Evelyn crying and so influence? Ebetimi aye Juma ewo Akwetiana.
Opa, main plan we have not accessed those things, so I can't speak to those ones.
Right. Eti afe no ni nyina ne say yehwe de akina beba. But tangential one be so flag bearership no, how is it panning out in terms of religion, in terms of ethnicity, in terms of economy?
The MPP DNO and after
MPP DNO.
Look.
Okay, Mamin correct here, Kakrebi say Evelyn. I'm Kasabi and Tronano. I'm led to believe say Evelyn free in Quantanine rather. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Look, I think within the internal premise, religion and ethnicity will not play a significant role in who leads MPP. Those who are making issues about religion and ethnicity, they are looking ahead into the general election for who becomes the eventual leader of MPP. That is where the argument will be relevant. But in terms of who leads MPP currently in the internal numbers, I don't believe religion will play a crucial role for who leads, unless they prioritize religion and ethnicity, which I don't think will be the case. But eventually, some more elected candidates about general election. Look, this country has not gotten to a point where religion and ethnicity has no impact. Obi Obakasa is not being honest.
70 year, baby, I do say since your general election, Obi Obakasa, baby, will be free, any nesuma awesome, any him, ever battle no more, Nanya no Kribi no Oka.
Yes. The question is to what extent? What is the size of that people who will take religion and ethnicity into account before they vote? That's what we should be talking about, and not say it has no effect. It has effect. We shared the last 7 year post-election. About 10% of voters generally said religion played an important role in how they voted. 10%. But the issue is if the election is not closer, those numbers don't really stand out. But a closely contested election, then those numbers will make a big difference.
Okay. And then also, Musa Dankwa, any affiliation with Akotia, otherwise than Chamoso district ana.
Oh, I'm free.
This is your maternal constituency.
What a media idea.
What an idea, dear.
What the poor but the media idea what can't but me to about up in a mind. Hey, mammy up in a mind.
Oh, sir. Oh, and I just said then Chamoso this year preoccuped.
Yes.
Do you take it as a pet project now?
But it may be to question if you man.
Affiliation with the Aquatiano. I'm asking, sir, do you take Aquatia Edumano as a pet project now?
Oh, there be for us everything is a serious project. But it appears say I know a lot about the Aquatia and the dynamics there. My brother lives in Bodia.
Okay.
My two brothers live in Bodia. I used to, in fact, the former postmaster of Bodo is my uncle.
Okay.
So I know Bodo very, very, very well. So I tend to understand. And in fact, the Omahin of Kusi used to be a co-worker at civil aviation when I was working there as a small boy.
Okay.
So everything comes together, and I fully understand the place very well.
More or less, it's better to be described as a homeboy for the area.
You can call that.
Enti yɛntwɛn na ɛkyena yɛntro aba ne nwie na exit poll no yɛnsa meka ho asɛm ansa na subsequently yakoka flag bearership no so ahead of a January no ho asɛm ana.
I think yenye ni sir.
Yenye sir. Nemu koye sa research we fa mine. Researcher ubeye dia mine say normally 8 years and as obi ba ya so hwe say John Rawlings 8 years. O hwe say John Kufuor 8 years. O hwe say John Mills and John Mahama together 8 years. Na o hwe Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo 8 years. Afi mamfa Musa we. At the time omo bedi 8 years no ewa akonwa no so no. At the time o win yet said the Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo o win ye no 2007 January no. Enkwala na omo di 10 years will be eligible say omo beto about 8 years later, which is 2024. Yes, sir. And yet, the two abay. I think we dear or no 2028 or bay so no. One more at age 10. Or maybe 18. Somebody eligible say better about 2028. Yes, sir. And there is this. And kwada asiso say uko secondary school suna ai se sia de aduane a ye de my secondary school no aduane papa aduane ye de my no aduane papa eno mo ka aduane om de my de we de ye eno omo attribute to Jomahama ne NDC se omu nyadi 18 no omo beto aba no a omanya a form impression says aban we say omuko school no no munya no voting age no aban we na ye goodies edema wo a when they are 18 can anybody sway their minds against that particular government ana that research we hwehwe mama yen
who be research no
I mean person research no pa say wo mu a obi ba 8 years earlier no 10 years na fe wonya di 18 na time wo 10 years no usua no formative years no na obi timi ya de papa bi na to na dwene mu a at the voting age no can they forget nipa oye sa de ntinam kan say ene wo mo keka say aduane na ede ene nyina yitimi ma yekosua yitimi ma African queen yitimi ma we yedi mutuo but first no na ye ni sa de nyina forgetting say first na ni sa de nyina ono so na maamu free senior high school no inti nanu a wanya African queen area no eso ore video ma free senior high school no and am so research my
over we want who here who they said
who here research won
baby generally the amount for feeling good about the economy in totality regardless of some of the flaws in the schools no they will look at the economy and vote for you. The economy always decides. Those who use education are a subset of the economy. The economy is very good at, they will get good food to eat. Number one. So it is the effect of poor economy and the effective feeding problem. So if the economy is good, the answer will be positive.
You and the major has it for now. Bibi on my ube caution yang. If I quit young.
Offer media I always use my head and not my heart. The figures may not sound what to some people what they believe in, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. Right. And you better was it. You better was it. You better was it. You better was it.
Yes, madam.
Executive Director of Global Info and Lectures, Musa Dankwa, and Yatineno. In a minute, now you phone lines and also your thoughts about Aquatia. Na yanyi ansana yatenase abedi ye ho nkomo enti no yanyi ya ho boa na yentimenya de bene a yemie phone line no
Papa c'est juste sport. Emmanuel Adebayo.
Masawood Bantama also the good people of Akwatia shouldn't allow the NDC to deceive them. They should vote massively for the MPP and Odebaye. Aya engineer Shamaba also go comes with spirit Akwatia NDC more heat. Greetings to Captain Quasin, Director Paul Gapuha Ewatakrade. And you see Jumso ADAKABRI. Why wasting your time on fake Mr. It was there rather would want us to believe say the wise poster is speaking with verified data and what they buy and to and a minute near be a phone line now I want to say be what media about Samuel Ajima Kobia was always looking good with ADAKABRI and it's Sami Usunyaminka Watiana. In a minute, near be a phone line or near Didia Honkomo. Musa Youssef Musa Abatwa. Also, the NDC is not the MPP, where thugs were recruited to brutalize and kill innocent people just because of an election. Dominic Danso as the NDC is the credible party now. Kwasi Poku Bosompem, champion chairman. I say I prayed hard work Ken yesterday. Pays off. I say I pray hard work of Ken and Japan pays off. Hard work West need hard rewards. Champion chairman. Michiao Yirwatiana.
J'ai fouillé, j'ai cherché, j'ai pas trouvé. Maudit la gueule, nous qui les amassés, mais oh là, maudit be ma semé là. Confiez ma wato pour attendre ma ayo. When I'm nema.
ADAKABRI. Okay, so bebo angrafo nyum duada no abo nkrafo nyum eye ukuada no abo asantefo nyum efiada ADAKABRI sesane ye pa asantefo nko ade Urade.
Name of you on Nade, Ohana Jababa,
I can't believe this. Hey, I don't know how selfish sir. Learn other languages. Name what you na.
Ohana Jababa, Beya Honuma, Hanyo Ube, Naya Sito, Ube, Hanyo Ube, Naya Sito, Hanyo Ube, Naya Sito, Ube, Hanyo Ube, Naya Futa, Hanyo Ube, Naya Futa,
Sabre we say Akwatia, what are your thoughts? What goes on our Akwatia Echna? What are your wishes? Send up as a AC Ekro. Yentia Kakras and the Nimped Fuatnas Yadin Como 0302 257902 0302 243540. 0302 257902 0302 243540. Zero 0302 257902 0302 243540. James Brown on Facebook. ADAKABRI. You see how Asantes are very tribalistic? He's telling you to change it because they prefer only Asante music. Oh, James Brown. Brad Jagos from Nsawam. Also, we are looking forward for a peaceful by-election at Akwatia tomorrow. So all the parties must ensure there is peace at Akwatia. The grassroots says they want the Action Man Kennedy Akompre Japan to lead the elephant factory in elephant family in 2028. So we are all urging all the delegates to choose Kennedy or Hine Japan. Good afternoon, ADAKABRI. As for the Jama you are playing today, Paddy, Mr. of Gospel, High Life, Pro something, something, hey, I'm Peter Inunga. Yeah, what is a wabo yesudi? Anything no say a mixture of gospel, high life, and pro something something. Come on, I love that pro something something. 0302 257902. SK ADAKABRI Frimpong Abroka. What's up? It's very nice. Opa, you do all. The NDC really serious in government. God is dealing with the opposition party. Anuntinina Munona Yankonkotie Yinina fa Emre 0302 257902. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ADAKABRI.
Hey, yeah, now what is saying?
Yeah, ADAKABRI, my credit is not better. We 25 cities, now I try to phone this here.
You
ADAKABRI, Mammy Bisa me, President in waiting, Alan Chamantin, when in a 2029, 7th January, unless Alan Chamantin be swear in as a president of Ghana. Now the Ghana could be there. Yes, I did. ADAKABRI. Me to say, yeah, Papa say, okay, 41, young fan 9 count. Name black with the idea, no, I am pa.
So, I said 9 pe, at 9 penaka.
As I, 4, 1, not the 9 count, one, I 419. Na akwetiye
mien kan asem na me de munwini movement ho no so nwini omo MPP ho
o de ma me bra akwetiye de ADAKABRI enne ma MPP kura na omo ba parliament the harm have already been done. They are already limping. So akwetiye for no me jidisa anka omo de ma NDC mom na omo nya development it will help the constituency onu mo ba bo omo say it won't make any impact. It doesn't make sense. But say among koto mo bia na one make say oh me party opposition tin na me development member nti by election dey anka normally no me gidi say anka opedi dia be fia foko bibia sikawo na ADAKABRI me bo abaso say VIP upper west for so ya bo abaso the way I also kita yemu kakra no kwa nye
Diana Fasidane from a Bolly District Command of the Ghana Police Service. Say curfew our Bolly Nanso Sono District Command and say they would allow VIP to cross Bolly na yet me the passengers number. Into Bolly District Command Ghana Police Service. Baba somebody asoma almost say given the curfew no so no they undertake to escort VIP to cross Bolly.
No so na ebese na mumada tradition dream sisala for gonja for ne bagla for no mudi agro na nka tumu hene mimi krom hene paramount chief na nka ma GS team na omuni gonja for na maka kire mo say moko a ye na omo ye na omudi agro anka ni nyina asobetwa we ni nyina no aya mo fa tradition bem na monja soldier for ne police for no here but traditional ayini so omba solve problem no so ono so here
ye to asipa 0302 257902. Good afternoon. Why my hang? Yeah, as of my mini. You adore my minty on Susia Pebie.
I got there's so much more smooth. I said I knew on myself. It is a smooth, normally 24/7. It's so yeah, boom. Only 9 minutes. Until so much decided to smooth run on the man, and no one no, almost one a mompa. And me did say, you must man up for my to me, and a smooth about best for us. I'm a book to make me a coso consistency. No more could I know one Sunday, and then I just say, oh, my castle, no man can so much can say, the baby, and a smooth run on the man. Now I can't pay me, and Navy, and said the baby, I can't pay the 9 source of penalty. Yeah, I could be.
Yamin count 0302 243540. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Wafada Cabre.
Are you in Pacha Frosting?
Collins ni me di we PM wo amamole
Collins na what saying
Nyankopɔ adomo wo fa me ho ye papa na
ye be kwaso o lebu bi amfa ho kwaji mu
me se demo
ai enante abonten so basa na America kra ye enante abonten basa
wo fa akotia sani ye na ye nim usadan kwanso me nkase Nyankopɔn hyira no na mmom eduma pa oye ana Nyankopɔn hyira no because me kase Nyankopɔn hyira na akwaye se okafa NDC afemu na me presi no but eduma no oye no ni sem o waka no eye reality se NDC for evini akotia bana enhye ye parliamentary ye numbers na wo ho no enhye ni mama ye mfa anya hwe MPP su evini a eno so anya hwe na mom imputunduma akotiafo mu kan hu se we nye ye MPnie ana ye ni municipal chief executive omumi enu nyina eye NDC fo itinu putunduma no ene bekoso wano sene ebeya ye se chinyenti ene ekun sonkonso a ye hiahwe 2028 obi begina bebi ko ka se ye ni MP na emom ni e wo MCE na DCE itimu kam yenu ni nyina bom muntuma Bernard na sene ebeya chief executive no kono ho a ekwan na enye no wetini aye ne yi ama na si yi nti ekira de muntu aba no boom enfama NDC party no aye fiam papa me da say
yes we da was say 0302257902 na enti do de ba good afternoon
Apo today
nyame adme ho ye
I'm from Madina
right me enti we
ADAKABRI onu ma so da parepe
kam enti ni ye
akoboko na nye 50 to modi 50 na ayira zama me wa ho
ye di asempa
yo ADAKABRI akotia de me nkan kache obi anim won to ma bon from NDC candidate no ono no be ko lodi bibi adaba it won to ma ba ma NDC candidate no na ADAKABRI le sambo MC o wala Madina ono fa wa ye ade papa ADAKABRI so hwe adwuma fa la oye no Madina enye adwuma ketwa it be do fa la da ba so aba no onhwe na akade bia fa la onya no ofa ma no ofenye adwuma na fa la obu adwuma awala nkwante na Madina ADAKABRI ma na ato
0302243540 good afternoon
Papa.
Penny na what to say
Yamado for an answer.
When it be any aquam we
Yo, wafa eno kunimi kase fia sawan kase. Wafa nyamisha nejuma pa boma for my Ghana, non count on 2 kwenny. Wafa mamincha Eastern Regional NDC Chairman Dr. Mark Oliver Kevo name ejuma pa Obama Eastern Region. Wafa mede adese de a mestre akutiafo ane se abaye akopie kwatui. Eye impuntu unti na yeto aba. Na mo ye mistake na mo kotuma MPP ni na bibisa wo ono na ba ni power enti den obetimi alobo e de aba ho what I say enti me dey discuss am be to mani ma say obo pempuntu de a omontoma lawyer bedi ako because ono na ba ye den e wo power na MPP for omo fele ade we e clear na wo ka so ongu kotoma wo MPP bisa because na do ko catch the Jesus question constituency for say omonto ambama ono ni candidate because ono na ba wo power what I say ese na de we wo be mu be ka mo ni so mo lusu be akwa ese amemne fibi na mo ka se na MPP ni o fa han ko wini na ba ni power dia na ba wo power na eto ama no the development ahead about MPP for the ken to kwa bi no mo yede omoye o fa me da se na wi
yes yeah there was 0302257902 good afternoon
ofa ADAKABRI area yamiasu bi kan
yamiasu bi kan bia wo bia nana
ofa we wa fasida na amwa ewe ma minti ami MP eye obashampa aida adwa bia ofa mestra apesia fo be ota apana mpaboso no enye kom apato ni ekire wadwen apato ni ekire wa ho dem ntema ho dem omonko fa ba yewura so mo afumadu no matwa adwara pana na yewura enesia kumi eye no so wa wantu wi na ode agya ho na input emra ho na mputo wa enye MP na bitin ko DC yo da bitin ko so be hwe asaman ene ko nkatama so a 2019 na tu ni onwa to abama party da kwa mputo bia enko da ko de pa omfo ka no hwe nkatama so ni asaman se mputo bia ko wa na ansana nwa kwa dare omunsa momo na nwa sa ko bia because akwatia de nse akwatia de yewra so mo afodu pe ene betu ma mpuntu ani yedi aba because adwuma pa na fi akomehia ase no yewra afodu na be betu abetu aso na mpuntu ni yedi aba wa fo ne meta kutia fo se on to aba ma yewra afodu so mo afodu oda na wa no ha no ma betu adwuma pa no so ya menka ho
0302 257902. Good afternoon.
Alhaji Mahmudu Ozioma.
Gunvia brobe.
Osawala.
Oh mapo.
Osawala.
Mapo.
Mapo.
Na huye.
Mapo adumyalo.
Mintie we.
Na shawomo yo ya mi show the play we my pa obo. Me get there. Every bra as I say. Akwetiafo. Wo twa na mona odimpo esese na NDC bi ka da obi a wona abem na NDC na wo ba abem mfi awotwo na ibosuma awotwo sai sonwe ba de na wa ya ma chere wo odimpo ntu bi ba NDC wo bi papa bi na wo de bra Ghana fo enti masa akwetiafo momu nse da NDC fo keka wasima wo ka biara we bodo oye de wo ba no wo ma me ta ase de NPP wanya ekwafo enu ni ye ne wo ba ekwafo wo ba mo okoko 6500 ebu akem wo ba wo se besia na bramba oba na bramba another bramba na bramba gay wo se wo ba la ogotwem ebu akem bibia ajo ma mo ka gala ndis wo ka gala ebu akem nzi mpontu na wakafa fi boso a wotwini na na do ba na exactly 9 months not the free SHS or the buy 24 hour working here working ebu akem oyin baby a wo dey fa ndis na when propaganda no wa them no ye propaganda it's a matter akwetiafo wo hwe obi a owo nyimdi a obabuo ho obi oho ma opposition na so ne nyimdi na ne yansa owo ne na nkase na hode owo no o che obi a wa them mu it's what to offer mo obi a obabuo ho ye to trust any basabasa ye want to fa masomdwi want to offer me obi abobo ma akwetia asomdwi abo ne mpuntu sabo ya me hia mo bebre
ya me hia two more callers na fe no yemra. Good afternoon.
Alhaji Mahmudu Adakabri Frimpong Manso. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Yo Ghana fo nyina bo abaso ni ajimapa atama ya kakrapa akotia batuo no te yebesre te abatuo no ayasimdie yempe basabasa te dia musu pa abatuo no anase akotia situ no te se ono na be sisa Ghana sebre no yebesre o na se dia yanyo no me kate yentuma aban no owo power su na ono na odi mpuntu juma baba enti MP na odi mpuntu juma ba akonstitution MP eto abama no anyamra na okwacha o parliament anya MPs no na aya mpuntu juma no pa omotu nti ya betre tede akwaso o Friday no yem peta ya beti tadia no bi wo kina yanto aba no obia ne na dwunkire ba bia obeto akọ no mo mani pa no konya because you democracy mu my entity obi e go to aba no wie no na dia obe wi ni bia no na onu na Nyankopon district no ma no minim tell media me party na be wi ni asiti no so yes stress asumjembra akotia yanto aba to no kama na yan wie ne kama my entity obi afre no nkwa obi moja afie agu anam ta situ enu ntu anya onu na be sita Ghana sebre onu nyame ya juma da kapre
nyame kan ho finally. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, me ADAKABRI.
Hey, enough na want to say
Ivan Simon.
Ivan want to say
Nyame ada Roma na also e.
Yeso me ho ye na me ba no na want to say
oh nyame ada Roma na ho ye pa.
You
bisa wase.
I was me chiano.
Asasi bi abeda suhumo until the mefro ne akasa.
Matwada Roma.
Enra mi twa me bro or backyard na ka me hwehwe okra bro.
Oh. Ya bre me bi na we wi abrache na me mfa mpepa manum.
Mate. Edi kan mebo abaso. Na udi kan race asem. Me de se usi utu abranti enfo. Na ye besrem panimfo e wo man hwe enokra yenka wo man mu nti. Bahu ne o man na kodu. Na no committee a yete me ADAKABRI ba se abranti na anye nurse ne hwe. Tan empanimfo ka. Na hindi e wo man fa nokra yenka nti. Hwensem e koso. Na fe mi wura mesrew. U program ne your mining nti. Yes, threat mpanimfo a free north e wo parliament. Say tika yes say ne ho no. Hwe wo mun krofo kaya yo na omudi. Da bien to kwa ni nipa kum ne ade. Nti wo mun hwe na se parliamentarians e free north no. Wo be hwe na wo mu akukọ konkuru no a ntokwa ekoso no a. Meba akwatia. NDC for den. Me ADAKABRI wo the whole Ghana ye kan obi onim history no nim nsem a wo kan ho. When abre so na akwatia diamond no eguye a omo tonton scraps ni na de ma obi wo oman mu ha ena omo se den light na akọ of billions of cedis ya beto abai omo akoso na kwatia fo omo na gu company e wo ho de say na omo gu gold fields ena aba ye beto nti omo akoso kanea uwie no ode 1 cedi at 1 liter me toso me to 1 gallon me tua almost 40 Ghana. 4 cedis me to 10 gallons me tua 40 Ghana. Senya batwa ka president mama obekwa koso kanea no. Nti akwatiafo esemuala. Na da bia me ka kire MPP mpanimfo. Wo mo ebre ma mo no mo afi won. Ba mo se mo bre. Mo pepa wa na fe na mo pe bi no ma o mbeka sa ma mo. Ni ADAKABRI oni ya me nya adwuma.
Nyame enka oho na ehunu ba bia ye de ekro gusuneti neat 100.9 FM.
Nyoma beto to dia me baba no ho ade no hwem so betumi a asew na obeka ya jonto Duku Potomanto this way chocolate drink na kan wo hwe afibian so beri ni waware ni a this way chocolate drink na kan sia asew udan kawanu ntumu ho me be mo anu nso hye kura de aka ho wo hade wapi ho o ka se batete eda fom ho this way chocolate drink
kra cha be pe baba aware
asew
ye fi ase this way chocolate drink ye sori anopa no ne ye nom ye bi hye fridge nom no se snack ye nya hoho anu ne ye de serve wo mo ye didi wie ne ye pe bibia bogu ya de so a this way chocolate drink ne ye nom and this way no ti anu a he se kire wom koko wom brick wom bibia wom ade wo hia ne so se
this way chocolate drink
de wo hia ani so se
FDA ahwehwe se adwede nkratoe mu agye atum se eye
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think specialized. Special Ice Natural Mineral Water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Hey, catch it. List ni nie. And you ma beto to dia me baba no ho ade no. Hwem so betumi a. Hey, asew. Hey, now beka. Ya John to mami ensa duku portmanteau. This way chocolate drink. Na kan wo hwe afibia so beri ni waware ni a. This way chocolate drink. Na kan sia. Oh, asew. We den kan no ntumu ho. Me be mo anu nso hye kura de aka ho. Wo hade e wapi ho. O ka se batete e da fom ho.
This way chocolate drink.
Catch up e baba ware.
Asew.
Ye fi say this way chocolate drink ya sorry anopa no ne yenom ye bi hye fridge nom no se snack ye nya hoho a no ne de serve wo mo ye didi wie ne ye pe bibia bogu ya de so a this way chocolate drink ne yenom and this way no ti ano a he se kire wom kokko wom prick wom bibia wom ade wo hia ne so hye
this way chocolate drink
de wo hia ani so hye
FDA ahwehwe se adwede nkratoe mo agye atum se eye
Cool, fresh and trendy with a new look. Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime. Natural mineral water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
When I'm neighbor, I do your now summer food. And I thought we my what it all be my woman of my Ujilanya, name of you on Nade, Ohana Jababa, Bea Wanuma, I know Be, I say, of you on Nade, Ohana Jababa, Bea Wanuma, I know Be, I say,
President Mahama removes Chief Justice Gertrude Arabe Sabasaki Tokonu from office. President John Dramani Mahama has, in accordance with Article 1469 of the 1992 Constitution, removed the Chief Justice, Her Ladyship Justice Gertrude Arabe Sabasaki Tokonu from office with immediate effect. This follows receipt of the report of the committee constituted under Article 1466 to inquire into the petition submitted by a Ghanaian citizen, Daniel Ofori. After considering the petition and evidence, the committee found the grounds of stated misbehavior under Article 1461 had been established and recommended her removal from office. In the studios this afternoon, Benjamin Nesari of the New Patriotic Party, Bashuru Amantiana of the NDC, Richard Suma of the Movement for Change. What's not say? I'm Benjamin Nesari of the New Patriotic Party, Bashuru Amantiana of the National Democratic Congress, and Richard Suma of the Movement for Change. Parce qu'on se
miro. Kakala manya de la le rutina miro. Benono yobia e vera oro. Ao no se llame kwa obina jiro. Aye Vasco sabe e bona miro.
Benjamin Nesari of the New Patriotic Party, Bashiru Amantana of the National Democratic Congress, Richie Suma of the Movement for Change. Omatanasi, yabe dwendwene ho. Presidency communications. Aussie President Mahama removes Chief Justice Gertrude Araba Isaba Saki Tokonu from office. President John Dramani Mahama has, in accordance with Article 1469 of the 1992 Constitution, removed the Chief Justice and Lady Chief Justice Gertrude Araba Isaba Saki Tokonu from office with immediate effect. This follows receipt of the report of the committee constituted under Article 1466 to inquire into a petition submitted by a Ghanaian citizen Daniel Ofori. After considering the petition and the evidence, the committee found that the grounds of stated misbehavior under Article 1461 had been established and recommended her removal from office. Under Article 1469, the President is required to act in accordance with the committee's recommendation. Phyllis Kwachi Ofosu, MP, spokesperson to the President, Minister, Government Communications, dated September 1, 2025. SK Frimpong Abrakwa Osio say ye Gano ye Gano ye. It is finished with the CJ. That is what Samuel Frimpong Abrakwa is saying on Facebook. James Brown, Chief Justice is gone. Jim Mensah is next. Hooray! Yabua Stephen Wafa. How is the future President Alan doing? Alan Kwajoche Mati is doing extremely well. Or say, President Kubusumpum, Akufo-Addo took 8 years to clear 1%. It is how many years to take to clear 9 years? And now, what they buy, you know. Amos Day, also of ADAKABRI. What's the meaning of Sagolo? Right, I am Penfuano Atnase. Na yeni ho enkomo ekakra. Richard memo Atnase.
Yo meju so of ADAKABRI.
And then Bashuru also bash memo Atnase.
Yo meju so.
Na fe so no Ben
Ofa
Nazare
Ofa
Miss memo Atnase.
Ofa meju so pa sa pumboko de.
Boni bi enim kasa tentene ene edete ya say na obi ka tsa ADAKABRI kasa tentene. Kasa tentene koko wie say na nui Abranti Basentele akọ parliament no pie ye no na oye comments bi se said ye woka se okane maame na se wone a why adwumayefo aye fa wo mo erroneously there be a zoom line adwumayefo no na wo market ya 258 na ayese zoom line na akwaji sika 850 and what tier ni and what de kiti ni wa 258 or the ama why adwumani no for once more factually what describe such workers YEA workers na SSA no oma ketua ye tum 300% na ehia mase woni service provider no etna se na otua service provider ne ka service provider no no anum to any Zoom Lion inti asemwa eda ho eno no ese de wo bi anka mo bi ntibi afei yadim na West African Waste Management Council abeshiem ewo Ghana ha se Alisa Hotel omo ba ya omo say local government minister to obio the based on Zoom Lion normal waye ne Ghana ha say no enunti ye the chairmanship no ma Ghana na Ghana ali my West Africa no Ghana lead charge no ama yetimi aye waste management ho nhyehyeye ama na boa ye nyina on that same note no na another Nigerian state also assign contract with Zoom Lion making Nigeria 4 states and an in deal 29 African states and an in a deal ye said the young na engineered landfill site Zoom Lion ayeno yemfa team ni nyina from West Africa emfa ko Zoom Lion engineered landfill site aye friend Adepa na ye do makọ na omu nyina agina ho na ye boy ensem ade na ese ye din na minua isusu onka ho so hwe ben
over yo menchia osonko na menchia etiefo empempem a omo etie ye na omo hwe ye eye awie nwumre yankopon hira omo nyina ofa before me kono ja wadaroma me mani bi di omo birthday ne so be mama akwanya no na ma hwehwe omo na ntisa me kofi omo bebo me ofa ene me dofo papa nyame aye na dom wanya mfie baako aka ni mfie ho e frɛ no perpetua ayiwachi oye nurse ni o kumase me somo boy e frɛ no ma pep pa ene eye ne birthday nti ma pep baby a wo bia a wote menka no awie me wish you happy birthday yankopon won hyira wo onye wakoma so ade nyina mfa ma wo onye wo mfiri adom mu fa wo nkwa dom mu na ofa mitiri mu dahema nso ba akopɛ oba me constituency no aye frɛ no Mavis ba dodo na frɛ ni tiri mu dahema owo ni Ankraman electoral area ene ono nso na woda nti tiri mu dahema me wish you happy birthday yankopon hyira wo onye wakoma so ade ma ofa me da sepa ofa sa Zoom Lion ene sa boy no
boy man the boy
no say me chair no nti me can boy ya ofa boy young man
you don't need to be personal or your chief executive of the Zoom Lion chief executive of youth employment agency more appropriate and politically correct
all right ofa me da se chief executive Malik Basinteli resuming office and obtain any EDC Zoom Lion ye papa e Japan so and obe painty picture no man look who say just pon ora e Japan oye nipa boni ni 3 more den to the extent say o say Zoom Lion omo a wafo omo e wa adwuma mu omo prepra no Zoom Lion ji omo sika 850 Ghana cedis na wetua workers no ka 258 na wono basentali enya de a obepene ne na wapre wo chena because papa no ye nipa bonini onwene youth no ho na ode wo mudin egiska meaning say yewura Japan eje 850 na na tiri mu odin ti no wa ma ye nuanom sika no 258 nti like openti picture no man luku se oye nipa bonini because onwene workers no ho nti wono no enya de a obe continue contract no enne no wa continue no ochena ema ne ba be ye dide wo mamu ha ofa ha ya na obiebie ne emam ade facts and figures no beto ha ema obi ahu se ensem na yenua pani basintele ka no enye saa nete nukure bi enim na akwa se eye otanhunu bi keke ena ono ankasa nenim ne motiva ode aba betena akonwa no so a opeso otu nani edisi eye Zoom Lion so na Zoom Lion no so no ne capacity as a businessman no enye Zoom Lion workers ya afọ mo prepra no eno nko a na sebe ema ne sika na se ema ne nsakona no eno no eye mu kituwa bi ba enam se yenua no wan shadan tena se anwen nsem no hu yie na wan hwehwe nkrata mu yie no o ye expose no kra ma ni hu se o resume office no kra no na there azumi office no kra na there was no contract ni entimi sign a contract no because na hu then time ku fie Japan afei enu hu se nsem na no wo ka ni nyina no even say sika no kra no wo ka no so o papa mu a na chere say eyade a Zoom Lion akade a wode ma why workers na aban na afa wo mu a wa mo adwuma no why na sa provide sa ne ma ni nyina de mo no mo de ye adwuma esa ehwe kwaye a omo ye ewura na obesa de ne car truck abesesa ade yakọ baabi esese ekọ enti no wode ye de fat and figures ni nyina begu ho no ene ma ye hu se abrante no onko no nsamra biem na ne nsam na obeka ye ne nye saa enetie nyame ayadom akọ parliament is house of record untime nko ho no nko kasem bia mfa ahuni okọ ye no wa admit to the fact say eyampa say Zoom Lion workers no omo prepra no eye why for na afọ omo adwuma na nye Zoom Lion enye ye Japan enti because of that nti no wakantam say on service provider na ebehia na watua na car esese wotua se ne ebe ya ye nuanom so omo aye adwuma close to 2 years
from March yes
close to 2 years 1 year 8 months omo so aye adwuma ye ntua omo ka no ye betua omo ka ne papa mu ano no ye hwe se ode wose ebe ye oyo ba ofa mempese be ye se eye camera num keke no ka no because o hwe ahonkeka bie ni wo efa eye Zoom Lion ene aban adwuma esese ye ne ye no ese omo ka sem ba akwa na omo ayi omo ani omo mfa omo yiu enye yiu na omo ka nsem ni bia saa but mine no so ankasa no oye obi oye asset e de ma Africa ni the whole world o hwe ekwaya o ye fa so bonaba so ene kwaya o fa so sign contract ahodo e wo Africa hanom a na che se ye wade a se ye so mu yie yenyi otan ene ahoya no emfiri ho na yenhu se eye o man ne ye chekere nti ye papa no wo akade e wo ahoden no se e ba sa adwuma na ono ene betimi aye no aye ne yie na yenyi politics ni mfirim na yanya ne sa ofa efiri bra yen sign contract no yen renew the contract na Zoom Lion aprapra for ne nyadwuma no ofa efia emene ye e wo kromu ana enyasem ketwa da bia meka me site from Pokuase to Tantra St John's animu ho ofa nkwa runabout na kohwe fie egu ho ko Pokuase footbridge no both left and right na kohwe efia egu ho amanfo te ho eton ade amanfo te ho peka ne ade yare ahodo a de bre Ganafo enyasem ketwa ni nyina ne se power wenya power no nti wo show how power lies me show send ye be ya wonso be hu se me na mete akonwa no so na me na power ye media ofase ye de saa etena wo mamu ha enya de a ebekoye nti yesre ye wura basintali send ye wadi ka aka no wa admit say ensem bia wodi ka be kan ye no na nukure bia enim no irrespective say wa mpache wo no ba wa me ate ase say eyade a aban afa wo mo adwumam enti wo behwe ne atua wo ka yenhwe na yentu wo ka na ye oman chekere ne ye chekere se ne be ya oman no befa ne ntima pa afira na efi ahodo a emene wo man no yenya obi a ono ye yewura a Japan owo akade no na owo ahoden ne say eba mpatamu asiesie a ono na Ghana ha for now yenim no ne capacity ne na hoden a obetimi dia ye adwuma na yema ne ntoaso na onye na adwuma na because adwuma no otoaso ya eboa wo man no.
That idea say West African Waste Management for at a meeting conference in Alisa Eberis of say Ghana mayor chairman of the council no on the basis of infrastructure Zoom Lion aye thinking says Ghana government kwa na aye. What do you make of that? Yes,
because until I make say wa prepare no obey adwuma no and na wo ahoden ne capacity so de be ye adwuma no e wo ho and na wo nimdie omo ne omo ye adwuma no so de omo afantitiyem ama omo ohwe omo ayi ba kwa last 2003 2023 o training in stars almost 55,000 outside omo ko ebia kwa 3 months just for them to come so omo be acquire knowledge no omo atimi de abaye adwuma na wasan omo so omo nye no Zoom Lion aprapra na enye exception e ka ho bi enti ahoden no owo ene wonim adwuma no enti wo hwe West Africa hanum nyina upo bi a wo capacity no wo ahoden na wo nimdie wo sa adwuma no mu a wontimi nka obi anyi Jospon company enfrim yewura Japan enfrim
na just afi mo Ghana mfa bibi nkyira na Ghana akwakofa adepa engineered land site
eno ofa ye ka niema Ghana kura no yenso enya ho faso ne se ye bo papa ni dia ye de Ghana ka ho Ghana ni na adwuma oye na adwuma oye dodo na so ye Ghana for no employ more no mo ye adwuma.
Does it surprise you say ye nua so ntwiro ho bibia
ofa on the onihwe say de nanim agu ase onihwe ofa nanim agu ase ono no ne no opa ne say why story I'm a president acknowledging the story netie enti ne no opa no irrespective say na ye no kore na ne story no hold substance ana say na bi nim kura no on the president ne tie kakekura no eno ye na achievement but onihwe obeka e dey area adjustment because nanim agu ase no kure nso no
Ghana for copy in anticipation say bibi atwa so no now a company in the northern part of Ghana akoti Zoom 90 Kero obadia adwuma na ye Zoom 90 na je so Zoom obadia adwuma na ye so want me afa din bia say Zoom 90
yo of ADAKABRI emre any side and nessa bebre and no mefa kwenya wesuna machia honorable Alankojo Chiremante and in all the leadership of the movement for change and Ghana Fonra and then my co-panelists every way. The old Munisan says Zoom Lion said we are cut over the years and who said yes from the inception of the new government, you know. Yenina akoye say obia epese on created the impression they say they are trying to do something in the ultimate interest of the country. And as Zoom Lion said we buy from Manasseh Azuri and then they went after the company. And then at the end of the day, no, and then it would be able to just say, and all the employees of YEA and other people who were taking these 258 Ghana cedis, no, were actual stars of YEA, not Zoom Lion. Therefore, Seu Pese Omunya a lot more money. You just have to make amendment and pay them more. Secondly, we are very much aware, say, the collection, the sweeping, the collection of garbage is one aspect of the job. Disposal and how you use logistics. So, to me, I then a creative waste fill site. Then you take custody of the waste now, and dispose of it properly. No, another phase of the work. Therefore, Samuka Semunamuka say it is one-sided, and you leave the other side in that they were just being biased. Now that the reality has dawned on them, no, I would expect say the leadership of YEA, which is led by Basintali, will come and say to the public for the public to know that Ampa Zoom Lion was not taking advantage of the people. It was the internal arrangement that existed. And it's in Akobano, sir. Two, they be me catch you say your mind, we are not ready to build capacity of companies. We are not ready to build indigenous owned brands so that they can be recognized globally there. Then this country called Ghana, Debia Meka says, it's not worth dying for. It is not worth dying for. I say we are a group of crabs. Okoto, Aedia, Tu, Adakamu. Everybody is trying to outsmart the other. Say, Baku Peso, Oko Nima, Baku Peso, on pulling it down. This pull him down syndrome, no. anything now must say Ghana up to now, we are a country of beggars. In the 21st century, for several years to today, we can still not beat our chest and say Ghana, we are self-sufficient in one subset of the Ghanaian economy. Zero. Every day we are begging up and down. Both the NDC government, the NPP government, they know nothing except to beg. They know nothing except to be gallivanting around and begging everybody to come to our aid. And to say, because of the services of Zoom Lion, a West African companies, West African country, say, because of the good deeds of one person or one company, therefore, you be establishing the headquarters in Ghana here. So who takes the credit? Is it not we, the people of Ghana? It is we who take the credit. And you know, you best stress sometimes say, no devoid of politics. No share companies without political lens. And then nobody can tell me say, be a Zoom Line, Papa just ponu, or you a key bankroller of NPP and now a key bankroller of NDC. The man has remained neutral over the years. Even though say Kufona among some government opportunity. Let me tell you, the government of every country is the biggest spender. And it's a company biabe to me atumpoa. Unya government contractor, the tendencies ni say, ube to me anyin terminal. Are you always there? Then say you are dealing with individuals. And it's a Zoom Lion based on the work of Papa na ye. And then wanyasa recognition, and the recognition has been given to Ghana. Said they are here holding after here in Ghana, the headquarters, And then you see you be establishing sanitation model, and the headquarters is going to be established in Ghana. Who is the ultimate beneficiary?
Ghana becomes chairman of the council.
The chairman of the council. That's a powerful position to wield, because you become a key decision maker.
Because a team no. And Concoche BB, engineered landfill site. Not just all the Nuku Zoom Lion, engineered landfill site. Then can you know why? Then
I will be here. That is what I'm saying, sir. Nyama devoid of politics. You see, Ghana of ADAKABRI, I keep saying, sir, we are a group of people who beat our chest and say we are doing so well. Now we are the best in West Africa. We are the gateway to Africa. But when you come to the reality, we are nothing but a bunch of beggars as a country. Individuals have made it. They have become successful. They have financial power and muscles to do whatever they want to do. But as a country, can we be able to say, and say, you better imagine a nice share all government of Ghana funded project. Most often government of Ghana funded project, na do pempensobia. Na style. I don't think I style because we don't have the capacity to constantly generate revenue to finance most of the government of Ghana funded projects. So it is most often foreign donor projects. And when we say start here, the tendency for it to finish is there because nipa now this is kanumonu on transfer yeni dia ope yeni yakayaka or do it according to your own whims and caprices. Therefore, they manage to complete those projects. But project BIA GOG project, we struggle to complete it. And you know, Metrasuna, me NDC Papanusu Abemubi, because they are in power. They know what they were doing. If at the end of the day, the services of Zoom Lion is giving us this credibility and putting us in the limelight, say, and then you can't about a council, and the council's headquarters is going to be established in Ghana there. Na omushe nyamanu bimuye. Na ye making sure, say, when it comes to corporations, when it comes to limited liabilities, when it comes to entities, you're making sure, say, whether a sole proprietorship or a limited liability, once the owner or the people behind the company are Ghanaians, we should make sure we do everything humanly possible to make these businesses succeed. Then there were several attempts to gag down engineers and planners, because there was a time engineers and planners, a local company, was giving mandate, say, hundred other got away of ADAKABRI. Then they see your chrome where people took political advantage of it and tried to bastardize engineers and planners. Why are we like that? Why are we so bitter as a people called Ghanaians? That attitude, now you demonstrating that attitude and turn around to say that we are Christian country and now 80% of the people of this country are Christian there. Then we are hypocrites. then we are hypocrites, because Christianity is about love. Christianity is about empowering each another. Christianity is about bringing the best out of each and every person. And to say, now you see, we are 80% Christian, but we are not ready to support each and everyone as a Ghanaian, regardless of whether you are blue collar, green collar, or yellow collar. But your company, if it grows well, it's in the ultimate interest of the country there. Then Ghana is not worth dying for. Until you Zoom line, Papa Nabaso, as I'm congratulating you, say, in the midst of all the challenges, you know, he has remained resolute, and the God that he serves is always opening new doors for him. And when new doors are being opening for him, you know, he's shutting them off or the naysayers. That is my submission.
Right up about his company, you know, then sad new development. You know, we don't hear new professor Azuri writing about it.
And Amika say sometimes, you know, it is because of the deliberate attempt to tarnish the reputation of individuals and companies. And it's a company, you know, making just right on the international space there. It is difficult for them to swallow their humble pie, because you see, Ghanaians, you know, respectfully, you know, most of the time, they are so gullible. And to some of the things, once we hear it, you know, we are not able to digest the issue properly and be able to distinguish between right and wrong. We follow issues blindly. And to say, Nasa Manasi Azuri, or study whatever in the United States.
Professor
in the United States. Well, we wish him well. But what he's doing something for his personal interest. What Zoomla is doing something for the ultimate interest of the country. And to your best sure to say, what the boss, and now what Kukudronu, now him say, I am for good, I am for bad. Now say bad no honor bet sure there. When the good come, you should always be quick enough to do what? To write. Then we will take him seriously as a man of integrity.
Right. Richie Suma of the Movement for Change. Bashuru Amantana of the National Democratic Congress. Mean tier way.
See that I say.
Nyamia do me a whole year. When it be any aquam.
Yamia. See, but here, Minuano, Omuna, Umina, Mukasa. Now, Becca said, Eme Nuwo Kakra said, they fail to follow the stories. And all of a sudden, especially Minuya, your friends, MPP, Dinu.
Your friends,
Benasari, especially Benasari. That failed to make sure so we follow issues now. A course who are why Hona and Sana or better excuse her or your propaganda. If you listen to him clearly, he has no idea about issues at a course who why because he was not able to refer to one instant that Chief Malik Basintali has used on personal interest and they are suspending BB. Everything he did there was because of one another. Unuya Bema. And that's 250 Ghana cedis. And even at a point in time, 1 year, na Zoom Lion to Yamuka.
One problem now, the Niabro can, and you Zoom Lion in Tianaka. Use the right words. And your YEA. Let me
tell you something. The course you now, Hono.
Correct that. I don't know Malik. I am honest and courageous enough. What you have to say, a YEA and a netria because Minister of Finance netria now all and tria on time. No Zoom line Makwaji loan. And the tria Wamoka. Then later government are reimbursing
time and now Zoom line anti Omokano. I mean, why you anti Omokano? Now Malik, chief executive officer.
David.
So what is the issue? Now, the point that Chief Malik Basintali always say, the amount at which you were paying them, that was one of the points.
That is the previous administration. No?
Good, previous administration. No. You should increase it. That was one of the proposals Chief Malik Basintali make here. Now we will make a proposal where no say, oh nana, sorry, oh nana, you need free Sako 250 Ghana cedis. 258 Ghana cedis. Now elevating a better salary. And also
something in the region of 300%.
Absolutely. Something in the range of 300% now. And no, the born in him for dear na why year. Now maybe some more. So can ye pan over? Well, I can say no fault because maybe they did not tell you that you were coming to discuss this topic. But if you are, catch us over discussing topic way, and I won't back 1 year the due diligence, and I won't back, then you are being hypocritical to the people of Ghana. Adakabri, Mikita let away with this one. I owe my phone, you see. It was written on the 21st of the 8th month.
I mean, share youth employment.
Yes.
Kind
date,
21st of August 2024.
Kind heading, no, so
I see the Chief Executive Officer, Zoom Lion Ghana Limited, notice of expiration of management service agreement between the Youth Employment Agency and Mr. Zoom Lion Ghana. Kofi by Japan.
Exactly. On the sign here. Excellent. Pacho, sign a kind way so. Just read it. I just want. I mean, President want me say.
The board chair, Youth Employment Agency, Accra, dated August 12, 2024, and a proposal to suspend management services agreement between the Youth Employment Agency and Mrs. Zoom Lion Ghana Limited. No.
Why is sign here?
The second page in the moment. I mean, who was
okay. On the date, no. Who was the chief executive?
The Kofi by Japan.
Absolutely. Internet Malik Basintane. Even the former chief executive, no, your NPP, he has proposed, say, they should suspend it. So what is your argument? Yeah, but now your propaganda. We should be careful because document speaks for us. Then Chief Malik Basintane say suspended there. He came and he realized, say, no, na sanka ye 250 Ghana cedis a month and very bad. Even the former chief executive also raised the same concerns. Say, sa amount na ye no. It is not the best in the adjustment in Sasikano. If you look through the documents here, there was a letter written in the same 2024. No more request upward adjustment of the payment on the company. So the on the Zoom Lion. Now, when you know, you add your boy a brown or tiffy.
As some more can you say, Sadia, who can you now coffee by Japan, any masintele by Yano. Somehow, you throw a kind, a money look like say, Ghanaian company, no, or no, na a cheaty Ghanaians.
You see, I want you to understand, say, from where we sit, MPP, NDC, especially in the MPP, Muna Musha way in Nase. Did you hear?
That is politicians.
No, good. No, more MPP for Muna Musha Sade in Nase.
19 years ago.
Did you hear any NDC member at the point, even when we were in opposition, complain about it until Malik Basintane entered there? Did you hear any NDC member? More than Musha say, I could tell you. So we never said President Zoom Lion is a bad company, it doesn't treat people well. No, we never said that. The NDC never said that. More than the call for letters buy, more than church letters, and a buyer in the young who are kind. So, and now better and you want to exhibit this high level of hypocrisy, actually, Ghanaians. Don't you think that it's an insult to the people or Muti or Montino?
Did now Ghana benefit from the event saying set up now?
So let's talk about it and leave the propaganda aspect. Yanka Wasem say, we are happy, say, I dare say, no more recognize, say, Zoom Lion has done this and they are bringing this about
chairmanship of the council.
That is what we should be talking about.
Eddie Magano, not Zoom Lion.
I found us never. So if you were talking about that aspect, my Yanka Wasem, now you enjoy that propaganda aspect. One first one friend, that boy. You see, you don't do that.
Oh wow!
No, it was below standard. You understand? At least. What you high crime? What you high CCI? Minimum say who occupy position. But I cannot call you with that name.
If you move to the next topic, the next topic is
no. Never. You see, I want my brother here.
And man, because on so bad rip, well, be responding there. Now, oh, come on. No, 1 minute. There be 1 minute is more. There be 1 minute is more. Now the Chief Justice has been removed from office based on the President of the Republic following event. The Chief Justice of the Republic has been removed following the President of the Republic admitting the legal position of the Ghanaian constitution. What are your thoughts? Akwatia, what are your thoughts? You have 5 minutes to each
5 minutes
of you.
Topic.
So use your brevity of what you say. Use your words
all right,
well.
That's fine. ADAKABRI, you see, all this whole issue of Chief Justice, you're suspending. I don't know, like I mentioned earlier on, the hypocrisy within the MPP is too much. Now, we say that we are respectful of the Constitution, the 1992 Constitution. You know, not Constitution. And they did book on my way. Now, Constitution under Article 49 of the Constitution, that whole aspect of it, a chair was sending a Chief Justice, I grow a bit dear, President Bejilan, so you know. As I chair, I did send a President Bessia Faso, it me a Chief Justice. They are all there. In fact, this topic came as a breaking news to all of us here. So I would have brought my Constitution here and read it, dito no be a T. But then, to paraphrase it, you know himself. The president has duly followed the constitutional requirements. You know, they sack a chief justice. In fact, you see, before you can sack a chief justice, first of all, there must be a petition a be free baby aba. True or false? True or false? Good. Into petition by answer amba. Yes, see. Yes, see. The president will set up. The Council of Elders or more presidency. They will look at it and look at the prima facie case. Before they will set up a committee to deal with the matter. Council of State. So, which of this part and a president are different? Which of this that violates the president's authority to do that? Not just the president in the constitutional council, the Chief Justice or now, constitution, and some of the things are even there. Say that particular letter now, at least that thing, it must be done in secrecy. But you know what? The Chief Justice in compounding her issues, or the media, media, so all those things violate the constitution in which or interpreting my she did all those things. Now Abedru and they say the committee, and when you look at section 146, I think clause 9. Of the Constitution, Nankasano. A catcher will say, a catcher say, the president will go by the committee recommendation of the committee. So now that the committee is done with their work, normally the recommendation about there's nothing the president can do than following the recommendation committee needed by. Because don't forget, say when President Mahama was going to be sworn in as a president, now Minewo Echo sworn in. As a president, January 7 January 2025. The friends, Independence Square Hall. One of the things he said is that he would defend and protect the constitution of this country. True or false? He said that under oath. Now, there's section 146 of the constitution. And if the MPP constitution now, is it in MPP's constitution? It's in the Ghanaian constitution that he's binding to follow the constitution. Say they also follow constitution. And so, actually, if he doesn't, thank you, ADAKABRI. He went further to say that so he should face the consequences in accordance with the same constitution. The same way when the Chief Justice Nankasano almost swore in, she also swore under oath by the constitution and not the sworn in. Now you are sitting here, and I'm more happy before. And they are challenging the authority of the constitution. I am not saying they are challenging the authority of the president, because the president is not the constitution. The constitution is there for us to see. Adebakwa me who say MPP before, and I will say the hypocrisy among MPP people is huge. Even their elite, they fail to accept the fact that there is something called constitution, and so they should talk in reference to the constitution. Most of them. They speak based on morality. That's what they do. How can you have a constitution you are speaking based on morality? That's what they are exhibiting. But then we thank God. Say President Mahama has followed the will of the will of the Ghanaian population through the constitution. President Mahama did not write a petition, right? Or not in the baby.
The petitioner is named in the correspondence.
Good. The petitioner is named. Like all the things that ASO Disu and sign a person Asaka chief in Oye.
Ma,
Now, Meba, just to land on this matter.
I make just a minute and a half with the toward the
Oh, sir, minute.
A message,
Okay.
minute and a half, and I'm good. Richard.
You offer Adakabre because of Emre Nuntino, Pesemeka Sabebre. And Timeya no just a minute or two so that you bet me a nyambre for the rest. Well, the issue is that Assembly say. No problem, bro. Assembly say. You see, Ebao, Ejabao, Ejana Bede, Abedu. And now the AC no enye new, enye surprising, enye anything na ebe taking Ghanaians by surprise because everybody to say the Ami brother Ekano is guided by the constitution of this republic. And there's no single individual who is above the law. And to say the two mibisha unsa and they give you clauses and a caveats we mudaso say the emrawe and the two mi we sha unsa na uye A and now uye B and now uye C. It may constitute your removal from office there. And based on the demeanor and the posture and the execution of the judicial powers, as the Chief Justice, former Chief Justice of this republic there. Obimu Ohokrapona, they are not legal luminaries and now Omunim Mranu Bebre. But they will all be able to agree that there have been instances of stated misbehavior on the part of Justice Tokonu. There have been public instances where she clearly demonstrates, say, she feels, say, there is no one who can do anything to her because she's occupying a position that is independent. And therefore, as an independent arm of government there, Onu award the right to decide on what to do, even in constituting panels and deciding on certain cases and here and there, no, they all constitute stated misbehavior. And to say, ne, abang for abba, now there's a lay down procedure. Say the two me share unsa, now one ye, na individual be trigger a petition against you. And then there is an iota of truth in whatever has been suggested, say, why yeah, therefore the process should trigger. Now you're looking into the subject matter further to determine whether you are wrong or right. Now your first process is now for almost about 3 months or 4 months now. Now back and forth to the extent say, or the Omane Kasakra then Akko International Court of Adjudicature saying share and he's trying to even take $1 million from the country. All these things and to assume and he said, ne, I better just say yayi nedia. Your best stress say, I don't want MPP fraternity to trigger another war to make it look like say it was already established say you be in every hall. Yeah, you knew free her just like that. If she was found innocent and all the allegations level against her was stated to be false there, I'm definitely sure say it will be brought to the public domain for us all to understand say she's been what? Discharged. You understand? But now that she has not been given that opportunity and the opportunity suggests he say watomra and temranu echere say watomra nkwandia yen yi we free ho dia yen janu mani the anchor. Though we have all not seen the final document, the reasoning behind the abstract dismissal.
There were 3 petitioners and the removal letter no name only one petitioner.
Yeah, so that
suggestions that the one petitioner's
Daniel
Ofori was enough.
It was enough. So we have a country to govern. All I'm trying to build is say you were a mind to govern. So I don't want it to become another political footballer. You better a mind wemu for another 2-3 months arguing whether it is a witch hunt or it is not a witch hunt. Because the John Dramani Mahama president, as some of us know, that most Ghanaians know, and his personal demeanor, I am not sure he has any vendetta against any individual. And he said, John Mahama, only vindictive and not only vendetta be against the former Chief Justice there, then I'm sure that due process has been followed. Okay. And he said, see, you know, in the air yasempa.
Okay. Richie Suma of the Movement for Change. And I attended on the removal of the Chief Justice following the completion of the work of the special committee that sat in camera and then issued a report to the president. Ben, me
over Minua Richard was the Chief Justice and Watomla. Emilano Tona. I also Watomla. What? Watumra.
Okay. Watumra.
Of Amedase. Of already on my time, 5 minutes, and now they are mammy. Now, Minuano, as a more what Hanum now or cano. I'm so brofo and a Nijan home back occupy hypocrite. To a better how on Casa own use the word hypocrite. Now on one Casa or Tihe. I no see Obian in future one son or Baha. Offer. Minuana some no cano, betrans no fabe. Menin ne Casa me bebusanasem. Offer Zoom Lion for no. Workers now mo yedumano. Offer one employ omo. Offer Zoom Lion for one employ omo. Why ye na ya ban na say Zoom Lion?
Buy.
It is a we CEO na wo ba. Na wo be ka say on renew contract na ene otena. Unless say omo aye omo prepare na abanafo omo adwuma mu no. Just ye tu omo akatua mu a. Offer wo na wo ye CEO no. Wo na say oto akatua mu na say Zoom Lion na so otum. It wo betena ha ne nsam a wo betena ha wo ka say as if you have the facts of the matter. Unim bibia wo Zoom Lion adwuma. Zoom Lion workers why ye no. E ya ban na afo omo adwuma. It is aban ni susu say ni nyansam no. Sika ye de Zoom Lion workers no omo pra na eso a aban ni na eso oto omo akatua mu. Enti so oba na obeka se wo ahumobro bi e de ma omo ye adwuma miwa wona tumi ne sha won sam a workers na omo ye adwuma onu betimi ato omo akatuam na wo ka se because of that enya dia obe renew contract ne renew nu wo kira uma the general public no perception ne say e Zoom Lion na so increase omo salary enya government miwa no enya Zoom Lion na so increase salary enya government na so to omo akatuam. Eti wo betra na aka se o se me maame me papa sika awoje no esua eti because of that need no on renew contract na wa ankasa asem na wo kan ne sebe asem na wo kan unim ne wo ka se sika ni swade a yewura John Dramani Mahama president on to akatua num because 850 Ghana cedis na ye de ma just pon no se wo pese sika ne ye to why ye fu akatua ndia adra na ne wo mfa nko 1005 adra na ne wo mfa nko 1200 nan ye sefata waka na wo ye adwuma wo na wa employ no na kire se watimi atua na ono so watimi aye adwuma.
Okay, enough of that.
So offer matche mo awi
de no ni hweka
meka offer Chief Justice enya me wanwa ya betena hanom sa almost be say 5 months ni ye kama obi ate say ye mu bi kura ye ba ye no ye ka say Chief Justice e be ye kura on resign no nkotena no ba bi because asem we e kosoro ba fam said ye kura ye be yi nadi. Because a yadia Minua Richard Ekano was a my NPP for Yan say, oh, near be in a dada you know. I yes somewhere NDC for na kaya, a bla no more opposition. Say Omoba, Chief Justice, no, a yadia omube you know to men in Yaduma. If you Omoba Bemukrano, Omo National Deputy Secretary, Mustafa Bandi, or say, or no, he wants the Chief Justice removed because or lacking intelligence, or say he doesn't even have knowledge to be a Chief Justice. Abra no aye presidential staff akrado July eko February o kan asem no. Enti say ye na free wo say Ghana fo nyina anim say John Dramani Mahama ka say oba reset judiciary no. Now or reset am not with this current Chief Justice. He said it. Enti enne see ye na free wo no ma de na enwanwa. Ade a omo plan ye no eno omo aye no na adakabre mesrewa efri na kure Ghana ni bia mfanhye ni tirimu say abansese bia ba obi ade ni Chief Justice beba obi ade ni Chief Justice beba enti Chief Justice ye oto seti ye onka unu say ye confirm no na so obeye Chief Justice a ne time no nso na say John Dramani Mahama president oni NDC wo mo kwa oni omu nyina na beko because eye den ya adwuma ye no emfumso wo obi anye 100% right na mramu kura no ukọ na se mlanum no obi di fokra sometimes it mirror the spirit of the law ni yaka say oh emfumso we ye ba nipa hu de at least yamfa modo kokko ana ensese ye de no koto afiase mra na wo ka no kra no ewom enti ade a mu gina so a mo ka say mo de be chief justice no eya ade a mo share dem bopo e plan ye say chief justice no oba mo be yi no because dodo na nyina ka say we MPP ni na nado na appointed no enti chief justice no we MPP ni enti niam bi e koso wo mamu a chief justice no kra panel a ya set a eye nipa 7 no eno Sami Jamfidi NDC for every Supreme Court to omutimi Fred judges and say omo ye unanimous FC because nipa 7 ni nyina akodi etia omo. These are the things you said about the Chief Justice. And the say Chief Justice ni ye na dia eyade a no omo beye ene omo aye enye Ghana fo nyina anwanwa eyade a yewura John Dramani ma me say obi a oka samu eni kwase agini di e wo mamu ha ya mamuom eye yewura John Dramani Mahama Watching when you are no sitting in the Trimunu because Ninsam or Kafa Chief Justice Munyan, Abam, Amiabe who said Masano, and our minor president, and Yadia, no betimini Chief Justice of Aquatia, Sauko Aquatia for Bua Fu Pa, Omubu Fu NDC are buying because I must say NDC for Kahubi, and Ayera and the Skumi washing and quack. Atete NDC for the man near Sayo Omo Yakran say lawyer na orche and the Skumia Boso and then nam Supreme Court up and down in Ekobano sa lawyer no and Ababe Jinamudiama NDC say parliamentary candidate a Obabeje and the Skumia Konya na kwako transfer enti akwatia fobu afu say lawyer no say na sebesebio position na and the Skumi kura no na ye ne ya enti no opekwa bi afaso no ono ababa be member of parliament and so and almost say, almost can be the actual NDC for and ra and now we are na me free bam bedru bese 2 o'clock. O share the way akweti afo ani age no almost see yeru asumadu ampa no ho asem onye obi a boni bie ni no ho oboa nipa o share djuma oye wakweti ane youth awafa wo mo adwuma mu a one wo mo ye adwuma obi ase asumadu yu obi a ye betimi amana ko gina ya na mu wo mreche bedwam na watwa no watoto constituency no wahyehyɛ ne mapa e de amomo na NDC for na ankasa supporters say lawyer no mo akoyi no kra no enya de a mo ani gye ho because ba ko na no mo pɛ no otua 500 and na lawyer no so it alleged so no so tua 3000 enu nti omo ankoyi obi a wo ye competent akwatia for no omo ye NDC for no kra no omo pe anu omo akwafa lawyer no enti omo so omo nyina eyade a omo to aba ne de ama asomadu nyame yadom ochena enti akwatia for yesre mo sane emo aka no nyame yadom ochena mo nyina mo nsole waka na mo nkonko sala na mo nkoto aba na mo fa kire NDC for say mo member of parliament eye na skumi no na yade a no ho hia no na na mo expect say obefiri wiase abraye kasei
Manian Bashiru osubra mo be
ADAKABRI, I told you that this my brother seated here and he has failed in his communication because ordinary constitutional requirement want me and bako one he couldn't mention. President Mama, what has he done in this instance? Why are they went to me and come and like we are speaking to the minds of people who come among 40 into who kasa ka and it should be appealing to the people of Mutieu. That is not. I'm coming. No, I'm coming. No. Now, he has failed to mention any constitutional requirement. President Mama, what the force? So you have failed. So on that matter, I urge people so move very serious. If you wanted to be taken serious, and so mention any constitutional requirement that you say President Mama has done anything wrong. Now can zoom line once. ADAKABRI, Mr. O. Pick this in far away, J. One kasa J. No, he spoke about it. J. Look at the paragraph 4. Paragraph 4. No.
To the chief executive officer Zoom Lion Ghana and a notice of expiration of management service.
Paragraph 4. I beg.
Between the Youth Employment Agency and Mr. Zoom Lion Ghana Limited. Paragraph 4 says, we would also like to bring to your attention the very unfortunate situation of non-payment of beneficiary allowances. As you may recall, per the terms of your agreement, your institution was to pre-finance the payment of beneficiary allowances. Kindly note that your continued insistence on a new contract before the payment of beneficiaries is against best practices and the spirit of agreement. It is also worthy of note that the agency is under no obligation to extend the obligation.
Oh, please. What do you understand by? One way.
HRS.
HRS. Zoomlion was supposed to pre-finance the payment of beneficiary. It's the government nyantua kanokurana and can say Zoomlion or pre-finance.
I don't know check me you power ni
Refinance. Wait, listen to me. Listen to me. You see, if there's an agreement between myself and you, that's a cratasso. You read the agreement, true or false?
Yes.
Before you append your signature, true or false? Inti say ye now append your signature. Now say one go by the argument now.
Okay, TA.
No, they have been I want you to answer. No, agreement.
Pre-finance, no. Agreement. You don't have facts on this.
What is it? No.
Please, you don't help a Ghanaian company. What the agreement to say on pre-finance? Now within 90 days, Uber Tianaka. Now when Tianaka on for interest and phantom family. Now it's me Nasi. My issue
with this thing is the former chief executive officer, he knew, true or false?
He knew.
Good. Into Obetra now, man look as if it is Malik Basintali who has taken it. Oh, me bad. Oh,
Ofri say no ma bia Kofi Japan na ye in the era of the MPP no and say wo the ho so bo of
it's not about that onu say hold on say Basintali say akatua na ye de ma workers no esua enti na o say on renew contract no asem o kai no eno na me ka say wo aban wo na wa fa Zoomlion for no it is office wo mo aka wo na say wo tu akotua na wo kan me kan bibi afa no ono na shisha nsam see
Bashiru go ahead
if he has read the statement on one CEO former CEO good that is why you because you don't learn that is why you don't understand and can we see you no say me any with respect with respect with the greatest respect nana oh nana
enye Kofi Japan waye bibi enye Basintele waye bibi the import of asema me de to mani mu ne say
yes
yetimi a sink of wadwene
good
any tia will be
first of all first of all he shouldn't have been hypocritical about the story no you understand?
Yeah.
Because why or the propaganda from up say Malik Basintali.
And papa be buyer. Was mean tro I don't so catch that say
Debbie. So now, Anka one for policy and for one. Anka mean good. Anka mean can't say, look, you are making you started. Who know what I say? You understand? So look, do not put any blame on Malik Basintali because the former CEO started everything. You see, Malik has not said so on signing contract. He gave conditions that before he will sign the contract no Kurano. And say Zoomlion you already said obey increase the payment of good. And you see if we haven't accepted as a government and Kaya and Kasa, so Zoomlion should be ready say he will agree.
I know Malik a correct here no. Nin some kan nyina fe na Malik wa kan okure bi a kire Ghana for. O say be increase beneficiaries no allowances no to the region of even 300%. Now before then, no, he has to meet the service provider, and then he went on to say the service provider is Zoomlion.
So what is different about what I'm saying?
Earlier on, no, ya trotron sembi etia container no.
So what is it?
Over.
Malik Basintali So what is it? Nobody.
ADAKABRI, Akwetia, just a minute on my side.
Akwetia ko mama Nkabio.
Oh, and one is say me our position another position of majority of people is that most often no me share TV na sia na me share Akwetia enclave when I see the deplorable nature of Akwetia, how the whole place is looking like some bush and a jungle and a place like an abandoned place there. I don't know why they'll be even going to queue to vote.
Just under 50% of the electorate are saying they want development.
And people of Akwetia, they should just boycott the entire election. There's nothing there.
Then young Ambassador Mfama Richie Suma of the Movement for Change, young Ambassador Mfama Bashuru Amantana of the National Democratic Congress, young Ambassador Mfama Richie Benjamin Isari of the New Patriotic Party. Kusuneti Enit 100.9 FM. Asabre we said Abramo, the new kid on the block. And when the DJ Foreigner and Omudi Bekofi, Nom de Beko Jojo, laced with some salacious and sexy words.